And howdy folks, EJ here, and welcome to a Dungeons and Dragons stream with my bro Emblo over here. Say hello.
What's good? What's good, people?
So, usually we've been doing Dungeons and Dragons where Stu is in charge, he's the dungeon master, and we got our friends or whatever, and we're like doing a story that we've been doing, like we've been going through a story. But everybody else is gone right now. Nobody else could make it except Stu and me. So I was like, well, should we do something different? Because Stu was like, maybe we shouldn't even do the main story. So like, in this time, hey Bella and Unicorn Plays, how's it going? Oh, I forgot I'm gonna need to keep up with chat during this. This is gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna be trying to basically, I forgot to say, I'm going to be doing the Dungeon Master this time. I've never done it before, and I'm still pretty much a noob to Dungeons & Dragons, so it's going to be absolutely terrible, but it'll be fun. I'm going to be focusing more on, like, the story aspect, probably, rather than, like, making sure all the math is correct and everything. So forgive me if I cheese the system a little bit. It's more of a homebrew. It's for the experience and the story, rather than, like, for the actual hard rules of it, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just for fun. So I'm going to be trying to focus on rolling dice, doing math, making sure the characters work out, reading the chat, talking to Stu, and everything all at once, and I'm probably going to fail miserably. But I did have an idea for a fun story, like, an hour ago, and now I'm going to try to put it into action with no planning whatsoever. Forgive me if it ends up terribly, but it'll be fun.
YOLO!
Yeah, oh my goodness, so much chat is happening already. We already have 5 viewers in literally 20 seconds. How am I gonna survive? Oh, Hawk's here. He says good luck. Hey, Hawk, please help.
Hawk? Thanks for, like, not responding to his message.
Yeah, well, technically I just said yo to him, so he didn't know what I wanted, but yeah. Flared says hello. Well, I mean, I said yo, but you didn't respond, so I figured he wasn't around. Unicorn Play says, I'm glad it's not 5 a.m. this time. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. I just watched the stream that was on the 3rd of August, he says.
You gotta say yo, and then, like, what you want.
Well, that's true. I pulled a Sean.
Yeah, you really did. Wait, hold on. Let me do an impression of how he sends Discord. Hey.
Then you respond back immediately. What's up? How's it going?
No, I really don't respond.
Oh, I do.
What's up?
Poor Sean. Just roasting it. Oh, so you guys can see what I'm doing, by the way. This is my lovely Dungeons and Dragons dice. Very beautiful. Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
Yes, so I will be using these, and it'll probably make a horrible clattering noise every time I roll them. Guess I don't need these, probably.
Oh, let's get my loud boys out.
Your loud boys.
My loud boys, yeah.
I've also got one post-it note with which to write notes on things that I probably will need. Bella says, I remembered yesterday, The Sims 4. Yeah, I remember you from yesterday. And from commenting on a video. I'm trying to figure out how I should deal with this, considering I've got to deal with the chat, because I'm the one streaming, but I also, I really need to make the story and, like, focus on that, because I can't do 7 things at once. That's just beyond my ability. So if you'd like to help me with keeping up with the stream chat, that would be great. Stu?
Oh, I really have to, no one's in the Mixer chat, right? Is anyone ever in the Mixer chat?
Actually, yesterday we had like 8 people in the Mixer chat, and that's like the first time that's ever happened, and it freaked me out. I was like, what the heck is happening all of a sudden? It was very interesting. Bella says, I wonder who's gonna win. Nobody really wins in Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Oh, and Hawk says, what did you need?
It's not a competition.
Basically, Hawk, everyone was gone for our session, so I was like, maybe I can get Hawk to do a one-shot with me, or just hang out with me or something. But now we're doing this, I guess, so, yeah.
Yo, freaking low.
Yeah, so I apologize to the stream chat if I can't focus on the stream chat as much, like reading every single message. It will pop up on the stream though, so like you can chat with each other and stuff, but I'm going to try to focus on the story for Stu. And yeah, that'll be it. So, may as well get right into it. So, Stu, tell us a little bit about your character and stuff.
Alright, so...
He made it like 30 seconds ago and it made me laugh.
Alright, so, my character's name is, let me see if I can, like, rephrase this a little bit. Indiana Hones, and, he is a barbarian, a human barbarian. He said, I'm here, wait, okay, IMSA's, I is up until 7, so I slept until now. I'm here to support, though. Okay.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Hawk.
That makes sense.
Right.
Anyway, So, um, so he's like super charismatic and he's strong. He's also a sailor, so he's worked with rope and just like lifting things before. And he loves trying to impress the ladies. He's always trying to flex his muscles and show off his strength. Look at how strong I am, kind of thing. And yeah, he's just trying to live his best life out here in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Do you mind if I ask you what your armor class and your Okay, I forgot the other thing I needed. So just armor class for now.
Armor class 13.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down so I don't have to ask you every time.
Okay.
All right, so I guess that's all I need for now.
He said, wait, can I join? I have some spare characters lined up.
Oh yeah, sure. You can join Hawk.
Yes, here, boy.
Yeah, like I'm cool with that. Here, let's add him to the call. Can you do that? Because I can't really do that easily without breaking my entire stream setup. Ah, what happened? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay. Hey Hawk, welcome. I think we broke Stu. There he is.
There we go.
Oh yes, this did
Discord
break your thing.
Oh,
Here,
hi,
forget
Hawk. You sound very sleepy.
He sounds sick. Are you okay, Hawk?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I was up until 7 a.m. EJ. It just takes.
Oh, rip. All right.
Anyway, so he did not want any spellcasters, by the way. Just
That's fine. Do you have any race things? I've got like 13 characters. So.
No, he said he doesn't care about race. I don't
Yeah, all I was saying was I'm trying to avoid combat if possible, just for now. Like, if you want to fight people, that's fine. We can do that. I'm just saying it's not necessary to fight people immediately at this point, so you shouldn't have to get in fights if you don't want to. If you do want to, then rip me. I'll have to look up a bunch of stuff and like struggle, but yeah, it's fine.
I have a deception focus rogue. How's that?
Nice, absolutely.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be great.
Narkin the Fire Genocide.
Okay. So, let me know, stream, if these guys' voices are about equal to mine, because I don't want to be like way louder than them, and I don't want them to be way louder than me. Gotta make sure everyone's equal volume.
I am loud, Indiana.
Indiana, calm yourself. I'm your father.
Oh.
No.
Change movies, okay.
What? That was the same movie. What are you talking about?
What? It was
Remember
not.
Indiana's father. I wasn't saying I am your father like Darth Vader. Never mind.
Okay,
Okay.
really sounded
Indiana's
like
father shows up in the Crystal Skull, which
What?
we don't
No,
know
it
about.
happens in the Last Crusade. What are you talking about?
Are we really good?
Okay.
Start having a fight about this.
Never mind.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Hawk, introduce us to your character too. Hey, welcome back, Unicorn Plays. Apparently her iPad died. Rip.
Alright, so I got Narkin. He's a fire genocide, so he's got bright orange hair that occasionally kind of like sparks on the tips when he gets really angry.
He's a fire genocide? What is a genocide?
A genocide is like an elemental person. They look like humans, but they're focused on elementals. They're kind of thinner usually, a little more like elf-like in certain characteristics.
It's genocide, not genocide.
Okay.
Yeah, genocide.
That's completely different.
They're just like humans with elements like forged into them, basically.
Okay, cool.
So he has a resistance to fire. Fire doesn't really hurt him as much. Back in his childhood, his mother was killed, and his father left the picture. And so in retaliation, he went and picked up the knife that killed her, and he spent the next 10 years learning how to use it very, very well. And while he was doing that, he was kind of adopted on the street by this like club of children that were like between the ages of 10 and 16. And he learned how to lie, and he lied his way up the chain of command there, basically. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you, like being very charismatic. And then he figured out that the top person had been the person to kill his mother. And by the end of it, they were like 27, and he slit their throat, and then he just went off on his own.
Wow.
Whoa,
Yep.
brutal.
Okay.
Jan says Emblor. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. Seems quieter to me. Hawk seems a little quieter. Again, might just be me. Well, it's good for them to be slightly quieter than me, but I'll turn them up a little bit anyway. How's that? Hopefully that's about the same volume. Not sure. I'm trying to balance it well, but thanks for letting me know. Bella says, I've never heard of that game. Dungeons and Dragons? Well, basically Dungeons and Dragons, if you don't know, is a game where there's someone in charge, like the Dungeon Master. I'm gonna be that dude. And I'm gonna be like telling a story and like giving these guys are gonna be the characters in this story, and they're gonna have control over their people, and they're gonna like go through the story that I'm making, and they're gonna try to like figure out what I'm doing and that kind of thing. Or not really like figure out what I'm doing, like a kind of battle against each other. We're working together to create a story basically, and we're just gonna see how it goes, and it's fun. I don't know. It's fun. And Haley says, hey children, who are those children on your screen? This is Blelnor and Hawkminer. They're my bros, and we're gonna do a game.
Hey, I am 20 years old, okay?
And what's your armor class, Hawk? Just so I don't have to ask every time.
My armor class is 14.
Okie doke. Alright, so are we all ready to start, I think?
Oh, do you want our passive wisdoms? That's like our walking around noticing things.
Like perception? Yeah, that would actually be great.
Yeah, so mine's 14 passive perception.
So how many... Okay, 14 passive perception. And
yeah,
for you?
So it means like,
yeah, I
if
know what
I'm
that is.
walking around anything with a DC of 14 or less.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what DC is, but...
That's something you set for, like, when... Like, if you say, roll a perception check, the DC is the number that you set the day of the make.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
okay.
Passive is... They don't have to roll if the DC is that number or less. They just notice it.
Mm-hmm. And Stu, what's yours?
The way that I've done it before is they roll, and if it's lower than their passive, then they just take the passive. So it's just different ways of doing it, however you want to do it.
Gotcha. What's yours, Stu?
Whatever. Huh?
What's yours?
Oh, my passive, 11.
11. Okay. All right. So our story starts out with Stu in let's go ahead and tell a little bit about this town. You are in a very cold mountain town, high in the mountains of Blelnor, because I'm great at coming up with names. So Blelnor, Blelnor, and so these mountain ranges are very difficult to navigate. It's very snowy up there. It's kind of wintertime as well, so it's really cold, not fun to be out in the storm. And there is one singular town out in this land that you're in. So this town is a pretty fair-sized town for the area. There's about 500 people living in this town, and this is pretty much the only settlement for miles. For miles in every direction. Like you're kind of like in a so there's this mountain, and you're like on top of one of the mountains ish, not like the highest peak in the area, but you're pretty high up on the mountains. And this town is a pretty normal town, pretty standard town for one of these fantasy worlds or whatever. I know that's a bit metagamey, but whatever. So in this town, you have a couple friends that you were visiting. You've known these friends for a couple years. They're just average dudes, but you didn't want to stay with them, so you're staying in the local tavern, and you're asleep currently in this tavern. You've been staying there about 2 days, and suddenly you wake up and you hear a scream. You're in a room that's maybe 5 feet by 5 feet with just pretty much a bed and a nightstand. That's about it. No candles are lit currently. You only.
So small.
Well, that's a small room because it's a small, poor town.
Yeah,
so you're in this wooden room.
This is just me, by the way?
Yeah, just you for now. Hawk is not around. So, the only light is coming from the shutters. Like there's a glimmering red light coming through the shutters. You can't tell if it's a torch or like some other larger fire yet. And what are you thinking?
All right, I want to look through the shutters and just kind of get a glance around.
All right, so you're currently lying in bed. Do you like leap out of bed?
Oh
Do you
yeah, no,
run
I'm getting up out of bed.
All right, to see what the scream is.
Yeah.
All right, so you open the shutters. Roll me perception.
Wow. 9.
9. Okay.
Can I use my passive or no?
No, I'm gonna say no because you're actively looking for things right now.
Yeah.
If it's just like you're walking around like and just kind of noticing things, I'll use your passive. But if you're like actively trying to look for something, I'll probably use your real thing, unless it's just so abysmal that it's ridiculous. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever's funnier for the story. So you can kind of see through the shutters, but it's a little bit difficult because there's like a crossbeam, like those crossbeams that they have in Windows. So like you're trying to look out, but you can't see that far to your left and right. All you see is that the house across the street from you is on fire, and there are people screaming and like running out of the building, and there's people running back and forth on the street as well. So apparently there's a little bit more chaos than just that building being on fire, because people aren't stopping to try to put that one house out. There's like people running back and forth along the street.
Okay. Do I know of any nearby water sources?
You do know that there is a well over to the left, like about a block down the street. I guess block is not really a good term to use, considering this is a medieval town kind of thing, but we're going to use the modern term of a block. However, it's usually a bit frozen during the winter months, which it is currently. So it might be difficult to get water from that.
Okay,
also, you're currently in a building, so you can't really get there very quickly.
Right. So I guess I run out of the building I'm currently in and over to the on fire building.
Okay. As you rush through, or like as you rush down the stairs of your hotel, or like the tavern, and you get through the main building, you notice that there's nobody in this building. Everyone else is already like they've cleared out the area because there's chaos going on, except for one lady who's like hiding behind the bar area and like trying to hide from the fire that's going on outside. Do you care about that, or do you just keep going?
I quickly ask her, hold on, I'm gonna what's going on?
There's fires everywhere. I'm not sure what's happening. Please help.
Who do you know how the fire started?
I don't know. I just hope my children are safe. Apparently she doesn't know where they are.
Okay, just like, I'll be right back, and then I like run out the building and over towards the building that's on fire. Indiana Jones, dude. Heck yeah.
Alright, so you rush out onto the street, so now you can see things more clearly. Roll me perception again.
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh. Nat 20. Okay. So, you look up and down the street, and you see that about 7 houses of this main street, with a total of like 15 houses that you can see in your general area, are on fire. And there's people screaming, there's people running everywhere, people like with little baby buckets, not very helpful, but they're trying to put out the fires. There's chaos, people are running and screaming. Nobody seems to be fighting, because like it's just their town is on fire. They're trying to help each other put it out and like save their stuff and their people.
I rolled a nat 20. Do I not see the source of this, or like
you do see, and I was going to get to that.
Okay, sorry.
You do see in the distance, like at the very end of the street, you see a shadowy figure. Like the end of the street is kind of like a beam has fallen down, a wooden beam, and there's fire coming from that. So basically there's just like a wall of fire at the end of the street, and you see through that a dark shadowy figure, like a humanoid figure in a hood, black hood, and they're very dark. Like you can, even with the fire, just because of the fire, it's like casting a silhouette. So you see a dark humanoid figure at the end of the street, kind of standing there menacingly, and he kind of like slinks off to the right behind a building, or like behind the buildings on the street as you're looking at him, and you barely catch a glimpse of him, even with a nat 20. But there's still people screaming and running all around you. So what do you want to do?
I guess I'm rushing into the first building I see and just kind of...
Into a burning building?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really have much of a choice here.
Okay. Roll me dexterity, I guess.
Dex save or Dex check? What am I?
Yeah, I guess Dex save.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's a 6.
Oh, okay. So you trip on the door frame, and kind of like fall into the building, which there's fire on the ground. So you land on the fire. That's currently burning the ground. Roll me another Dex save.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so this says twice per day you gain advantage on strength checks and... Oh, wait, that's strength save. Okay, never mind. Forget that. That would be a 20. Non-nat.
Non-nat 20? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so you fall, and you kind of like get your hands in the fire a little bit. You might take half a damage, but it's not really anything. So you burn your hands a little bit, but you instantly push back up, and you're like, ow, gosh, what the heck? And your hands are now covered in soot, and you're kind of upset, but you manage to push yourself up and scamper to the side of the room where there's less fire. Like the middle of the floor was covered in fire, now you're on the side of the room. The wall is still on fire, the floor is still on fire, but you're standing in a little area with less fire. And there's smoke everywhere. What are you trying to accomplish here? In this burning building.
Maybe like a perception check to see if I can hear anyone nearby that I can possibly help, or...
Okay, roll a perception check.
Good gosh. 10.
Okay, you still only hear the screams of the people running around outside.
That's it?
Yeah, well, you hear the fire that's right next to your head as well.
Yeah.
You hear that pretty loud.
Can you describe the room a little bit, just so I can tell? Like, I know there's fire everywhere, but like, can I
yeah, okay. So you're in a room that's about 15 feet by 15 feet. It's in an L shape. So not necessarily just like a straight square, but like it's similar to the tavern that you were in before, where there's like a bar and tables around, except there are fewer tables and there's no bar here. It's just kind of an L-shaped room. You're in the base room for the house, and yeah, it's just kind of wood. There's some furniture on fire, a couple little pictures on the walls. Actually, no pictures on the walls. It's just like family heirlooms and that kind of thing, like a deer skin, that kind of thing.
They're like burning at this point.
Yeah, pretty much everything's on fire, and there's not much saving. Not much you can do to save the items in the house.
So there's no like doors to another room, or...
There is a stairway to upstairs, and there's a door, like, you know, the room's an L shape, so the part of the room that would complete it into a square, there's a door into that separate room. Oop, Stu has a person in real life, apparently. Hawk, what you thinking? Am I doing terribly?
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm just taking notes.
I gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna slowly, cautiously walk up the stairs and just...
Okay. I forgot to tell you, the stairs are also on fire, so you gotta make another save here, or like, do you want to still do that, or?
Yeah.
You're going for it. All right.
So Dex save.
Yeah, make another Dex save.
Okay.
Actually, this time make a Strength save, so you can take advantage on it if you want to.
I mean, doesn't matter. I nat 20'd.
Oh, okay. Well.
And
I
promise I'm not like telling you like
no, it's
wrong
fine.
numbers, by the way.
No, I trust you. I mean, if you were making up numbers, you wouldn't have said that the first three were terrible. What'd you say,
I'll
Hawk?
be right back. I'm
Okay.
gonna grab my D&D bag for my dice.
Okay. So you the stairs do collapse underneath you as you're trying to go, but you manage to grab the walls of the corridor that you're on and like lift yourself, basically propel yourself up to the top of the stairs anyway, even though like the floor beneath you has completely just fallen apart.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay, so there's a lot of chat that I'm not paying attention to. Sorry about that, guys. Blah 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 blah. I foresee this not ending well, says the meowing turtle. The hawk flew away. Indeed, had to find a notebook. You guys are good, says Bella. Howdy folks, EJ here, says either Zuko or Cactopus or Monica. I really can't tell because it's all the same name. I'm playing a game sort of like D&D. What race should I be? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Up to what you want your character to be. So you managed to propel yourself up to the top of the stairs. The room at the top of the stairs is also on fire. It looks like there's a short hallway, maybe 5 feet long, and there's 4 doors to the right and left of you, and then there's like a window at the end of the hallway. So the 4 rooms to your left, there's 2 on the left and 2 on the right, just like small kind of rooms with like they look like bedrooms or something, but you won't know until you get in there. And yeah, you can roll a perception again if you want to.
Yeah.
This dude dead yet?
Boy, nat 1.
Nat 1?
I don't know what my rolls are today, honestly.
Okay. So another collapsing beam from the fire, or from the roof, falls and like hits you in the ear, and you cannot hear anything other than just like ringing in your ears and fire and like there's smoke in your face and you don't know what's oh, that's a pretty cool dice there, Huck. I like it.
Okay, so am I blind now, or I just can't hear
No,
anything?
you're not blind. You can't hear anything, and all you see is fire, and there's like soot in your face. And honestly, this is not a good place for you to be. You're just kind of in this house that's collapsing and burning.
Yeah, I'm pushing my way to the first door on the right.
Okay. So yeah, the floor in this particular hallway is not on fire, so you managed to get there fine.
Okay.
What do you do here? This is a closed wooden door. You can see light on the bottom of it shining through a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna kick it in.
All right, make me another dex save, I guess.
Not gonna have him strength check to actually kick the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to kick the door in first, right?
All right. Yeah, sure.
The door just collapses. Like he touches it. It just.
I mean,
the door has an AC, does it not? Wouldn't the door have an AC? Or...
No, you just make a strength check against whatever you want.
Well,
if it's on fire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
it is on fire. Yeah, it's definitely on fire. So it won't take much to knock this door down. That was my logic.
Like 10.
Yeah, sure. Make a strength check there, Stu. Okay. Hey, Starries, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
That is a 16.
That's not what I wanted to hear. All right.
Oh.
So you kick the door down, like the door was on fire on the other side. So you kind of kick it in, and like your foot goes through, and like it basically splits the door in half, up and down, and the 2 halves like go into the door.
Yep.
Now make your dex save.
That's an 8.
Okay, so because like I don't know if you know how fireworks work in the real world, but with doors, like they sometimes are like holding in like different pockets of fire, and like so when you like open a door without like checking to make sure, yeah, it kind of like lets fire blast in and out, and like air pressure and all that kind of stuff, so it's bad. So basically you've just unleashed like a giant wall of fire that just like blasts you backward into the door on the opposite side of the hall, and you get like pushed back by an immense roar of fire. The fire kind of like flares up a lot. This room that you broke into was completely on fire, and you've just given it a whole bunch of more oxygen that you had in this hallway, and now it's trying to absorb all of that oxygen. So it just flares up, blasts you backward into the door on the opposite side of the hall. So now you basically slam into the door behind you, that was previously on the left, but now it's just straight up behind you. And roll. Let's see. You take.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, you take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Doors are my favorite D&D enemies.
Honestly. What a boss battle.
Yeah. All right. Actually, you know what? Okay, roll me another dex save.
I already took the 2 damage, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But now you've slammed into the other door on the other side of the hall.
What? I thought that was the damage I was taking.
Yeah. Wait, what? The 2 damage is what you took, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, was that not from hitting the door on the
That
other
was
side?
from hitting the door. But now I'm checking to see how much damage you do to the other door on the other side of the hall.
Okay. Wait, so is this... I'm so confused. What is this? What am I rolling for?
You're rolling to see how much damage you do to that door on the other side of the hall.
Right, but what did you ask me for?
Roll a d6.
Oh, a d6, okay. Wouldn't that be like you on your end?
I guess it should be. I'm not sure. 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So you crack that door a little bit as well, but it's not quite enough to blast that door down in the exact same way that you did the other one. But you do, like, it. You can hear it creak, and it starts to give way a little bit as well.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be on EJ's end. Like, I have my players roll for encounter because I'm lazy. So.
I mean, I'm making it up as I go along. I don't know what I'm doing.
So the room I just tried to go into blasts me back, but now the oxygen has flowed in, and it's kind of, the fire has kind of flowed out a little bit. Can
Yeah,
I
it's
actually
settled
go
down a
back
little bit.
to the room and check and look in there, or...
Yeah, it's very hot in there, but you can do that if you want to.
Okay, so I walk over, I get up, I walk over to the doorway, and I look around to see if there's anyone in there.
Okay, you don't like call out to see if there's anyone, you just kind of go in there?
I mean, I'm not gonna hear them respond, so...
Okay.
So I might as well just look, because that's all I can do right now.
Okay, so you try to like use a cloth from your robe, or like your jacket, I guess, your clothing or whatever.
I have
and
a set of common clothes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, you try to use your heavy jacket, because obviously you need good coats for this type of weather, and you like use that to kind of block the fire as you try to look into this room, and all you see is that there's a flaming bed, a flaming book on the ground, and there's really not much in there. No people, no nothing, no pets, just fire.
Are there other doors in this room? Is there like a closet?
Nope. This is just a tiny little bedroom.
Okay, so there's nothing.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I walk back out and go to the door across the hallway.
Okay. I'm just gonna let you know. The longer you stay in this building, the more smoke you're inhaling. So eventually, I might have to start like making you have some kind of check. I guess I'm not sure what con save probably. Yeah, that's a good. Save. Yeah. So just letting you know. I'm not sure when I'm gonna start doing that, but so you go to the door on the left now.
Yeah.
Is this the one that you slammed into, like the?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do you approach this?
I think I'm gonna. Okay, so here's what. This is a little complicated. I'm gonna take my jacket in one hand, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. Is the door? The door is closed. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to like cautiously open the door while fanning it with my jacket.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Roll me. Just. I don't even know what to call this. Just roll me to see how well you do.
It's strength.
Is that strength?
Cloak is strength.
Well, I'm not trying to see how well he's fanning the cloak. I'm trying to see how carefully he does it. Like how slowly he does it, I guess.
Dex is careful.
Yeah,
usually.
Dex, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, do dexterity.
Dexterity check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fell. Hold on.
Instant 0.
That's a 4.
You got a 4?
Yep, I got a 4.
Okay. You are not careful enough. The exact same thing happens as the previous time. The door kind of like gives way and the fire flares up again. Just It's not as quite as extreme because this room was not as much on fire as the other one was. But this fire is still very advanced in the stages of like kind of tearing down this whole building. So you stumble backward and you fall over in the hallway and get your hair singed a little bit.
Okay. Am I also?
No damage this time. You just fell.
Okay. All right. So I get back up and I'm trying to look in the room.
Okay. Give me your first con save.
Okay. Wow, let's go, boy. That's a 23.
Oh, nice. Is that a nat 20 or just total?
No.
23. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're fine. You cough a little bit, but you're just you're still doing fine. You're not passing out or anything. But the smoke is starting to affect you a little bit. So you peek into that room. You said you're peeking in there, right? It's pretty much the same story. You see a pack of belongings on the floor, a little bit of food, and another on fire bed, but no people, no nothing.
Also, how long is my deafness lasting?
Your deafness? Oh, your deafness is, it's probably faded away by now. Would you like to try another perception check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to see if I can hear.
I mean,
that other than like the fire and stuff.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll it.
I would say dirty dice, but you didn't even see it, so it's fine. 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
You still don't hear anything. All you hear is the fire, and the building's starting to creak in a way that sounds pretty scary.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna sprint out of that room.
Sprint. Okay.
The one that's on the same side.
Okay. So the door on the left, far left.
The second one to the left.
Okay. This door is actually ajar.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running in.
Okay. You actually do see a person. Like, you see a child, in this room. They're kind of like passed out because of the smoke, and they're lying on their bed. Everything else is on fire, but somehow the bed is not on fire yet. But they're just passed out and sitting there.
Okay. Yeah. I try and pick them up.
Okay. This child is about 8 years old, so they're not that heavy, and you're pretty easily able to do it. But roll me a strength check anyway.
Yep.
Have you used your advantage thing yet for strength
I have
check?
not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I gain advantage on it.
Okay.
Oh, apparently also resistance to bludgeoning, so I'll have to use that at some point. That's twice a day, by the way.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it fell. Come on. Dude. Okay, I have advantage. It's fine.
Okay.
Roll slower.
Honestly, that'll happen. Oh my god, it landed. I don't have a good place to roll right now.
That's why you roll in your notebook. Oh, cool kids.
I literally got a 3 and a 4.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So you try to pick this kid up.
7. Well, that's with my modifier, sorry.
Oh, okay. So a total of 7? Alright, I was about to say you dropped the kid in the fire. But alright, so you try to pick this kid up, but you kind of like stumble a little bit, and your foot like collapses, or like you manage to punch your foot through the floor a little bit as you're doing it, and you stumble, and you fall while you're trying to hold this kid, and the kid lands on top of you. You don't take any damage, but you're kind of in a bad spot now with a child on top of you. Your foot is like kind of through a sooty or ashy, not very strong floor, and you're lying on your back with fire all around you.
Okay. So I'm like prone right now?
Yeah, on your back with the kid on top of you. Still unconscious, by the way.
Can I just stand up?
Yeah, you'll have to pull your foot out of there though in your current position. Can you roll me a
Is that a strength check?
Yeah, I guess that's a strength check.
Okay. Alright.
Young Turtle says, gotta love that nat 20.
Honestly, 19.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you managed to yank your foot out of the.
That was a strength check, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you managed to pull your foot out of the like collapsing flooring, or the cracking flooring or whatever, and you managed to stand up again with the child, and I assume you head back to the hallway.
Yeah, I'm taking them outside as soon as possible.
Okay. And do you check the last door, or do you just hop out the window, or what? What you doing here?
Is there? I'm gonna peer out the window. Is there somewhere I can like drop them that they'll be safe or no?
Well, there's some snow outside. There's like snow, but it's starting to melt, and there's not really anyone paying attention to you. You can call out though if you want to. See if you can get anyone's attention.
No, I'm just gonna I'm gonna run out the room and oh, this is gonna suck. Okay. All right, I run downstairs and out the door.
Remember, the stairs are kind of gone.
Oh yeah. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I have rope.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and like. Is there anywhere I can tie the rope where I can loop it outside the window and?
Everything that you could tie the rope onto is on fire.
Okay. Let me do this then. So I tie the rope securely as possible around this kid, and then try and lower them down.
Through the window?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me a strength check again.
Okay. Please drop him. If it's a 5, don't say anything.
I know what that face means. Oh, he dropped the die? I thought it...
Yeah, totally.
Oh no.
Totally dropped the die, and I'm not getting my notebook, so I have better rolls for the future. Okay. Wow.
The notebook increases. A nat.
Rip the kid.
Wait, was this okay? So this was a strength check for lowering him out of the window.
Yes.
Yikes.
So you somehow managed, like, as you're leaning the upper half of your body out this window to try to start lowering this kid down, you apparently misjudged the weight of this kid, and as you're pushing on this weakened like lower half of this window, that wood breaks, and you kind of careen out the window with this kid, and you both fall like straight out of the house and land pretty hard on the street outside. There's a thin layer of snow, but it's not that cushiony. And Stu, roll me a d6.
A d6?
Yeah.
1.
Okay, you take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my second thing. No, never mind. I'm not gonna use my second thing. Never mind. Good that I said anything.
Okay. So you didn't land on the kid. That's good, but you've fallen out of this building, and the kid is just like still unconscious and sitting there.
Okay. I'm just sitting on the ground.
All right, and
Wait, you said I'm unconscious?
No, I said the kid is still unconscious. You're fine.
Okay. Are they like? Can I check to see if they were alive?
Yeah, you can do that if you want to.
Okay, like I guess I'll do like
nature? Were you gonna say nature?
I might have been about to say nature. But
biology.
We
Does
love
he
biology, dude. What am I rolling here, Hawk?
It's perception or medicine, one of the two.
Also, roll me 1 other perception check.
So 2 perception checks.
Yes, 2 perception checks.
Freaking, I'm gonna roll on my notebook. Nope, I missed my notebook. Nope, I missed again.
So which one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh my
how
gosh.
does this work? I don't know how to...
Would you like me to roll for you, Stu? Are you having trouble?
Hold on. Okay. It's perception.
Yes.
9 again.
9. Okay.
That's the first one to see if he's alive.
So you really can't tell. I mean, you can barely see that he's like, he's got color in his cheeks and that kind of thing, but you can't really like hear his breathing or anything because there's fire and everything. You can't tell. You don't know.
All right.
You cannot tell if
And
he's alive.
second perception check.
I mean, his fingers are
would
covered
be-
in, his fingers are burned slightly. He can't feel a pulse because like I don't know, he's fallen in
Second
fire.
check for the other thing
Mhm.
was a 22.
Thank goodness. So you finally hear a faint ah, like from the final room up there that you didn't check because you fell out the window.
Of course. Because why not? Okay.
Yeah.
How far was I from? I still have the rope.
You do still have the rope because you failed to use it.
So I don't know how I'm gonna be able to use it to get up there though.
You could climb the outside of this burning building if you wanted to, or you can try to.
How am I Spider-Man? Like just attach my.
Well, I mean, it is a house
you know
made
what?
out of wood.
I take out a javelin. And
Okay.
I'm gonna stab it into the.
Into the side of the burning building.
I'm gonna take 2 javelins
Okay.
and stab them into the.
Okay, so you're trying to use them to Flynn Rider your way up this building?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's a lot more difficult than what I was thinking you were going to do. But okay. Roll me.
How would I just crawl up the side of the house?
Well,
It's
the
just a
way
wall.
it is I could give you a picture. You know how like those classic like European houses were built with like the wood kind of like I don't know, it's almost log cabin-y in the way that the wood is laid out. So like there would be footholds and like handholds somewhat. It's not exactly log cabin-y, but like there's some handholds and footholds and stuff. The only problem is there's fire all over it. So you would probably burn your hands unless you.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So do you want to still do the javelin thing?
Yeah.
All right. So roll me. I don't want to make this too hard for you, but Hawk, what do you think I should do? Is the strength check and a
It's a strength and dex.
yeah, strength and dex? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
He doesn't have climbing skill.
Yep. All right. Good luck, Stu. What'd you get?
6 for the first one.
Oh my
Do you know
goodness.
how to roll above a 10, Stu?
I really apparently don't.
Are you rolling a d20 or are you rolling something else?
20. That's it.
What'd
Yeah,
you
he's
say?
rolling like a d12 for everything else.
Not 20. Like what is this?
So you're
I
not
don't
very
understand.
strong, but you're very talented at climbing it.
Apparently.
I don't know what to do for that. All right, so you really struggle to pull yourself up. You almost fall about 3 times. You lose one of your javelins. It like snaps in half as you're like trying to put your weight on it. But because you're so like very talented
Okay,
and
I'll take
athletic
that
at climbing it, you manage to swing, like using your momentum from falling with one of the javelins. You manage to pull yourself up with the other one, and you keep your other javelin, and you manage to get up onto the ledge that you fell off of with the window thing. So now you're up on the 2nd level. You're not inside the building yet, but you're on the 2nd level of the building now, like clinging to the outside. And also,
Okay, so-
there's fire everywhere. So you're basically standing in fire right now.
I'm just now realizing that the thing I was doing before was a rage. So I decided to rage earlier.
Oh,
So I've
okay.
already done that once.
I see.
So
The fire made him very angry.
yes.
Tried to attack the fire.
Okay, so
In the door.
I'm sorry. So I've made it up there.
Yeah, you're up there, but you're basically standing on fire. So I would recommend moving like immediately.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and move out of this room.
out of the room. You're not in a room. You're on the outside of the building, like basically holding on to a flaming building.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
You're lucky you haven't been burned yet because you're moving quickly enough. Yeah. What'd you say, Stu?
Unicorn Plays wants to know if they can.
I mean, I'm like crawling into the window.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't really use Instagram, but it is there. You can follow if you want to. And Haley says, you know how in movies bullies say, "OMG, you're such a nerd." Yep, yeah, we are nerds. What'd you say, Stu? You go into the...
Yeah, I'm going into the window.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Crawling into the window.
Okay. So you still hear the faint, like, kind of fearful whimpering for help from that room on the right. The door for that one is closed.
Of course it is.
I'd like to think I'm just getting drunk right now.
Honestly, you're probably causing this fire and just enjoying it, Hawk, because you're like a fire elemental or whatever.
I'm a chaotic.
I bet nobody's gonna trust you at this point, because their whole town's on fire.
Okay. So I am going to oh, how do I go about this?
Haley says, yesterday's stream was the best because my alien was alive. Yes, your alien was very beautiful.
Okay, here's what I'm doing.
All right.
Walking up to the next to the door. Like, I'm not in front of it. I am kind of like next to it.
Okay.
Next to the doorway.
So you're like kind of pulling a Call of Duty and like hiding behind the wall. So
right,
like...
back against the wall, and I'm like kind of looking at the door from a side angle.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my javelin, like the butt end of it.
Okay.
And just like bash it into the door.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll, 1d8.
What?
Roll me an attack roll, 1d8.
A d8 for an attack roll.
Okay, you're right. Roll me a d20.
Okay. And yeah, okay. Wow, 9.
Do you know how to roll above a 10?
Apparently not.
Okay, so you hit the door frame instead, and that's it. You miss the door. You hit the door frame. Sparks fall from the ceiling. Another plank falls from the ceiling and like barely misses you. Fire still raging. You're still breathing in smoke, but nothing happens with the door.
Hawk, I don't know what the universal rule for this is, but you can't just keep trying the same thing, can you? Or can you do that?
It's DM discretion. Usually I say if you try it once, it's not like something's gonna magically appear out of the air the second time you look for it.
Yeah, but I just missed. That's what happened here.
Yeah, he
failed. I usually like on attacks or something would allow it like twice.
Yeah, you can try it again, Stu.
It'd be like if you go up to a door and you try and kick it down, you fail, and then you try again and you fail. You're not going to try a third time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. This time I got a 20, non-nat.
Okay, thank goodness. So your javelin hits it. Roll me attack.
What?
Roll me attack. D8.
I'm so confused.
Roll damage to see how much damage you do to the door. Sorry.
It's actually for the javelin. It's 1d6 plus 3.
Oh, okay.
That's its own damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
7.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So the door, you hit it like right on the doorknob kind of thing, right? Or that side of the door.
Just trying to smash it. So I'm kind of aiming for the middle.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to split it again like I did before, except I'm just trying to like avoid getting blasted over here.
Okay. Well, this door wasn't as weakened, so it doesn't like completely shatter in half. But it does. You do break it. You puncture a hole in it enough to where the air like equalizes between the two rooms, and like there's about a man-sized hole in the door now, or not like. If you had crawled through it head first, it's like that size, so maybe 2 or 3 feet square in the center of the door, and the fire like flares up a little bit, but then kind of like goes back to normal, and now there's just a hole in the top half of the door.
All right, yeah. So I guess I just kick the the doorknob and I'm trying to like kick it open, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll the check for that. You decimate it. The door opens. And
so I walk in and I'm trying to like locate.
All right, you see another child in there, a young girl, probably about 5 or 6 years old, and she's like just whimpering, kind of like hiding under the covers, or like peeking out with her eyes, but like the rest of her is kind of covered in a wet blanket.
Okay. Yeah, so I pick her up.
All right, she squirms a little bit. She doesn't know who you are. She's frightened. Roll me dexterity.
Okay. Can I try and like calm her down first though?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. No worries. I am here to save you.
Thanks, Indiana Jones. I like it. Okay, roll me persuasion.
Lol, what is this? Oh my gosh, come on.
Please tell me you rolled above a 10.
Not naturally. What am I rolling for?
Persuasion, I said.
Persuasion. Yeah, that's a 12.
Okay. She's not really convinced, but she's willing to give you a shot. So she stops struggling and like lets you pick her up.
Okay. So, do I still have to roll like a dex or a strength check? What's happening?
Not this time.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm walking out of the room, and then I'm gonna try and use the rope and lower her down, even though that went terribly last time.
Okay. Roll me strength.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you untied the rope from the other kid, I'm assuming? Is that how you're able to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just tying the two kids together and throwing them off a roof.
I swear it's landing on the same number every time. I don't understand why.
You've got loaded dice, obviously.
What is happening here? It's like hitting the wire.
So what did you get?
9.
Okay.
Someone is watching this and just like watching me like just fail every time at saving people.
And yeah, it needs to hone his skills, but I'm just
Yeah, so
it wouldn't be a good movie if he succeeded.
Right.
So so you kind of struggle. You don't completely drop this girl. Not quite as bad as you dropped her brother. They're siblings, by the way. So you drop.
Oh.
You do
spoiler.
drop her a little faster than you meant to, and she literally lands on top of the other child that you already dropped out of the window.
Okay.
And yeah, she just kind of hits the ground and goes, ah, but she doesn't go unconscious or anything. She's just kind of hurting and like adrenaline pumped and just scared and upset. So now you're on top of this roof, just holding the end of a slack rope, and you're still in this building, and the building's like about to collapse and still engulfed in flames.
All right. Yeet.
Yeet! Just jump off the roof.
Not the hero.
Good guess, Stu.
Not the hero we deserve. Not the hero we
I
want.
lower them and then I just stand on top of the roof like so majestic, going. And I'm just like, all right, yeet! And I just like leap from the roof.
You leap from the roof. Like, are you trying to land on your feet or?
Absolutely.
Okay, roll me dexterity again.
Please, mother of...
Please let me look cool.
Yes!
What'd you get?
17!
Yay! Okay.
Good enough.
You land on your feet. The snow is still a bit slippery though, so you kind of like you don't land quite as coolly as you meant to, but you land on your feet and you don't fall. So that's as good as you can hope for.
I just imagine him like leaping down. He like lands on his feet for like just a second and then slips, falls over on the ground.
Just knocks himself unconscious immediately.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like scramble up and be like, I meant to do that.
I love this guy. Okay, so the lady from the tavern from a minute ago has been like kind of peeking over the bar, and like she sees out the door. She didn't notice until just now, but now she sees you standing there and 2 unconscious children. So she rushes out to the street and she goes, "Oh my goodness, thank you! I didn't realize they were in that house," or something, because apparently they were like having a sleepover with some other friend of theirs, and she didn't know where her children were. But now she does, and yeah, so she thanks you profusely for helping her children, and then she kind of like tries to make sure they're all right.
For a sec.
Yeah.
I like how Stu is supposed to like have this intuition where when she says, "I didn't realize they were in that house," oh, they were having a sleepover and she didn't know that they were particularly with this family.
Literally, I have no idea why Stu ran into the first house he saw, but it happened to be the right one. So that's good for him. That's fine. But okay, it could have gone better, could have gone worse. So she thanks you profusely, and she goes trying to tend to her children, one of which is unconscious and the other of which is just kind of banged up and very surprised. Okay, how do you respond?
Thanks me?
Yeah.
All right.
There's still fire and people running everywhere, by the way.
Loudly and proudly, I put my fists on my hips, you know, like a hero, and I just say, "I only accept my thanks in cash."
She kind of looks up at you and goes, "What?" Are you just like the most... Okay. You're just like the selfish superhero. You're like, I deserve some reward, don't you think? Like, want to make it worth my while? Or maybe I'll throw them back in the fire. What do you think?
No, I'm just like, "No, I only kid. Here's my number." And I just like hand her my business card.
Your number?
My number, dude.
They have
Wait, is she like a good-looking woman, or like is this like an old woman, or what's happening here?
She's about middle-aged. She's got black hair, and yeah, she's just kind of looking at you like you're crazy.
What's her charisma mod? That's how I determine how good-looking she is.
She has about 11 charisma mod. Oh wait, no, 11.
11 charisma mods.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. Oh my gosh.
Have like a freaking 20 or like 24 or something.
And a plus 11?
No, that would be like 70 or something. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, 44. Yeah.
Well.
Jeez.
So, what do you do now, Stu? Are you gonna like help this lady like get her children away from burning buildings and like find them a place to sit, or are you just gonna go after that shadowy dude? Are you gonna help put out fires? What you gonna do?
Yeah, let me
Meowing Turtle says $50 or they go back in the house. That's amazing.
So I'm going to just like, did I see which building it was that he disappeared behind?
It was about 7 or 8 houses down the street from where you currently are. And he's like, you've spent at least probably about 8 minutes in this burning house now, so he's probably pretty long gone. But you can go after him if you want to.
Yeah.
It is snowing, so you could probably maybe like search for tracks or something, maybe.
Yeah, I've run over to that house, like behind it, where I saw him disappear, and I'm gonna try and...
Okay, there is still a wooden beam that's on fire blocking your path across the street. What are you going to do about that? Like, before you can get to where you saw him disappear to?
Jump over it? I don't know.
Okay.
Can I jump over it?
Yeah, it's only about 1 foot high of a wooden beam, so yeah, it's not that bad to jump over.
Or I make my own fire.
Roll me a dex modifier. Bella says, EJ, are you going to get 1 million subscribers? I know you. Aw. Thank you. She says, I know you're going to get 1 million subscribers. Aw, thank you.
Why am I rolling this?
Stu, are you rolling a D10 or are you rolling a D20?
D20,
oh my gosh. So, what'd you get? 7? Oh my gosh. It really wasn't that hard to jump over this, man. It really wasn't.
I know.
But you managed to stub your toe on it as you're jumping through the fire, and you like kind of stumble, and then you almost slip. but you made it. You made it. You're fine. But very, very ungracefully, I would say. All right, so now you're in, like, you've made it from where you originally started out, and now you're like on this other side of the street, where there's more houses going by, maybe about 7 or 8 more houses until you reach the edge of the town, and you're looking down this alley. There's still snow. There's less fire in this area of the neighborhood, you would notice, but there's still people screaming and like trying to help and running around like crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's footprints everywhere in the snow.
Just everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere, yeah. There aren't as many in the alleys between the houses, though, which is where this dude went. So you could...
Maybe an investigation check to see...
Yeah, roll me that.
Okay. Okay, I got an 18.
18, okay.
Yep.
So, you follow these footprints. I assume you're following them, right? You're not just kind of looking at them, because...
Yeah.
Alright. So you follow these footprints, and you manage to keep an eye on, like, which set of footprints it is, even as it goes through, like, one of the other main streets, until you reach, like, towards the edge of the town, and you see their footprints going out. Roll me... you know what? As I was telling you about, like, this town, remember how, like, it's kind of isolated in the mountains. There aren't any other settlements for miles. And this is a pretty bad snowstorm, so basically I'm just going to tell you, there's no way he's getting out of the city, or like he's not going to be like traveling across the country or anything. So whoever did this fire either is living in this town or is not going to be able to leave that well right now.
Okay.
But the footprints do go off into the storm.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. So you leave the burning town and you start to go off into the town, or go off following these footprints into the storm. As you leave the heat of like the burning fires behind you, you start to get pretty cold and you need to put back on, or like pull your jacket closer to you. Mm-hmm. So you follow these footprints until it starts going down the incline of the mountain. You can't really tell if there's a path here anymore. You're just following these footprints, and then you reach the point where they basically come to the edge of a cliff, and the footprints just kind of stop. It looks like he just walked straight off the cliff. Roll me perception.
Yeah, I was gonna say. 10.
All right. You see basically nothing. All you see is there's like a fog. By the way, it's nighttime, in case I forgot to mention that. I think I did. But yeah, it's nighttime right now. There's darkness. There's like a cloudy layer of fog down in the valley below. And this is like a sheer rock face, kind of. Like, it's not very climbable easily. So, yeah, it's snowing. You don't really see anything. There's just...
Snowstorm, it's night, and there's fog below you.
Right.
Yes, just as hard as possible to tell what is below. So, what do you do, Stu?
I'm gonna try and climb down the side of the cliff.
Okay, roll me perception real quick.
Again, okay.
And Hawk, roll me stealth.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's gonna be a 19.
Okay, nice. What'd you get, Stu?
12.
Alright, so you have no idea, but Hawk is standing behind Stu and kind of comes up to him, or like starts walking near him. What you gonna do, Hawk? Stu has no idea you're there.
So I'm going to slip out my 2 daggers.
Oh.
And I'm going to put one on either side of his neck. And I'm just gonna whisper, "What do you think you're doing in my part of town?"
Whoa.
I'm just here to save the town. What? Why are you threatening me? Do you? What? I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
Do you have any money on you?
I didn't get paid today, so no.
What do you have on you?
I have my wit and my spirit. Ah.
I'm just gonna let you know, Hawk, you're not the culprit behind this.
Yeah,
so
I
like
know.
you're either a citizen of the town or a traveler that apparently made it here before the snowstorm. Because as I
But I'm
said,
also
it's not
chaotic
very.
neutral, so I'm just out
Alright.
to benefit myself.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna take a few steps back. And,
Meowing Turtle says, "Here to save the town for a price."
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna sheath my 2 daggers and just kind of like step back a few feet so he can turn around.
Yeah. I turn around and face him.
You're kind of stupid.
Oh, you're talking to me. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't go to school, so
That would explain it.
yeah, just did a lot of working out, so I could lift things and be amazing.
I love how he's become more and more pompous as time has gone on.
Yeah.
He started
like
off
more
like, "Oh yeah,
pompous
I'm gonna go help people," and then he's just like, "I am amazing."
He successfully saved 2 kids.
This is true. He suddenly
yeah.
became very confident.
Asked for a reward when they didn't pay it. I was like, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Hey Bella.
So what exactly are you saving the town from?
I think it's fairly obvious. This frickin' mysterious man who's burning everything.
Roll perception, Stu.
That would be a 19.
Okay, well you notice Hawk's fiery persona and like his glowing fiery hair and like sparking
Yeah,
and all
so-
that. So
Let me just read you this description. So
Oh.
I have bright orange hair with sparks on the end, blackish gray eyes the color of ash, red skin. I'm 5'11" and my fingers are, or I have gloves on and the tips of the fingers are exposed and they just occasionally have tiny flames that wisp out from them.
So, okay. So,
So I'm like the embodiment of fire.
no, literally,
And
as
Stu's
I
just like
say-
him.
Okay, so as I say this, I'm like, who's burning everything? And then I just look at you and I'm like,
wait a second.
Fire is just the next step of life. It frees the essence. And I'm just gonna wave my hand and cast Produce Flame. It's a cantrip.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it just makes this tiny ball of fire appear in my hand.
Oh my gosh. I love Stu's face right now. He's just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
why? Why are you doing this?
I did not burn this town, but I respect any who would do it. Just keep waving this flame around, you know, just like.
How dare you, sir? You know, I almost burnt myself trying to save children from the fire.
What'd you say about Roblox?
I said it. No, I said it might have improved his looks.
About Roblox.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I'm just gonna like put my flame away now, just like cast it aside.
Okay.
You know, just what are you doing here?
I came in search of the monsters who take mothers from their children.
Yeah, seems accurate.
Oh my gosh.
That checks out.
So neither of you have like lived in this town for a while or anything, right? You're
no,
just kind of
like,
here, right?
I'm a traveler.
Okay.
No, I'm an adventurer. I roam around saving people and occasionally asking for money.
Occasionally? You're just like, oh yeah, you looked at me. Would you like to pay me for that?
If you'd like to know a little bit about Narkin's personality, he cares only about himself. However, his ideal is to kill the monsters who roam this world, stealing mothers from their children to avenge his past.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And his flaw is that he is heartless, and he would leave a friend in an instant if it benefited himself in any way.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
An unlikely party. Alright, so there's still fire going on in the background, and
yeah.
it's about maybe...
snowstorm? Oh, that's a really powerful fire.
For real.
No, I mean, literally half the town is on fire. Like, that ain't gonna be put out by a snowstorm. But it's the town is maybe like 200 feet away from you guys at this point, while you're having this conversation in the middle of the blizzard.
Well, the way I see it, we can either help the blazes a long bit, and then there would only be ash, and ash does not burn. Or, I don't really know what the other options would be.
Can your character put out fire, or is it just...
up a really smart idea, but my character would not have that smart idea.
Oh.
My character's all good for fire.
No,
I can't put out fire, but I can cast Burning Hands twice per long rest because of my...
No, I was gonna say, like, it's kind of like the thing for Ben 10, where you, like, set another fire to cancel out the other fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
From Ben
What?
10? Like, 10 years ago?
for real, yeah. No, but anyway, I'm just gonna be like, there's always another option. You can something.
Feel
I mean,
free to come up with this other option.
I've said this already. I didn't take class or education or any of that stuff, so I got nothing.
Bill says, hello. Hello. Psychological Zuko says, what would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse? I don't know.
My fists. No.
So, did
My
Stu
stunning
follow
good
footsteps out to where I am?
Yeah, he followed footsteps out to where the edge of the cliff is.
Are
It looks
those
like
my footsteps? Or
they
can I
are
roll-
not your footsteps.
Okay, can I roll an investigation on those?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be a 19 plus whatever my investigation is 1, so it's an unnatural 20.
Okay. Cool. So you see that these footsteps go off to the edge. You can tell that this guy walks kind of on the sides of his feet based on the way the footprints are in the snow. Like both the weight on whether it's on the left foot or the right foot, the weight of the body is on the right, which is kind of weird. It makes you think that he kind of like limps or like walks weirdly.
I was just imagining like this crab shimmy walk.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No, just like the weight of the foot is like on the right side of the foot, whether it's on the left foot or the right foot. So like both feet kind of are like leaning.
He walks like down the
heavier
side
on
of
the right
cliff,
side.
too.
Not necessarily heavier. It's just it's weird. You're not sure what you know he walks weird, but you're not sure how. And you also see that these footsteps go directly off the cliff, and you notice a little bit of snow that's like brushed off about maybe 5 feet or maybe like 3 feet away from where the footsteps end, and you see like some snow brushed off of a little spiky rock that's sitting in an outcropping somewhere where they could have like tied a rope along the or like onto the spike of rock and like lowered themselves down or something.
It appears your villain went off the edge.
I'm not really sure how to approach this situation. I usually just smash things.
Krelnock!
I'm gonna walk over to the edge and like look down, and I can't see anything, right, because of the snowstorm and stuff.
Well, it is pretty foggy down there as well. Well, the fog only kind of really appears after like 100 feet down. So, yeah, there's... I mean, you can roll perception, though, if you want to.
Before I roll a perception, I'm gonna use one of my 2 uses of burning hands for this long rest.
Oh, okay.
To kind of shoot some light down there. So that's gonna reach 60 feet. So it just lights up the first like 80 feet because it produces light for 20 feet after.
Okay, cool. So
and then I'll roll perception if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I got a nat 20.
Well, so you see, you can't really see below the fog layer that's like 100 feet down, but you do see that there's like a ledge about 20-ish feet down. It's not very big of a ledge, but it's just big enough to where you could probably step on it and like shimmy along the edge of the cliff wall if you wanted to, if you were determined.
I'm gonna turn back to Indiana Fraud here and be like,
well, this is your area of expertise.
You want me to just go in the and just climb down. Well, okay.
I love how he's just trusting this guy who literally just like fire, and he's like, oh yeah, I wasn't the one who caused this fire. Hey, why don't you go down this cliff?
Yeah. Like, all right. You know, why not?
I eventually
like
decided
I said,
you were too stupid to like
no,
blackmail.
like I said, not very smart. So
too stupid to blackmail.
I've got my wit.
-1 to intelligence, so like.
That's pretty great.
I'm smarter.
Only by a little bit. Okay. So I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you said was down in the?
It's like a tiny ledge that is like big enough to shimmy, not necessarily to like walk around on.
Yeah, it's like about the width of your foot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start climbing down to the ledge.
Okay, so you tie your rope onto that same rock outcropping, you mean?
Sure.
Okay, how much rope do you have? Like lengthwise?
I have 50 feet of rope.
50 feet, okay. So yeah, roll me a strength check. Please, for the love of everything.
Nat 20.
Okay, good.
There you go.
So you tie the rope on there, and you start rappelling your way down, like kind of like carefully letting yourself down this rope until you get to the ledge. Hawk, are you going to join him down there, or are you just going to kind of sit there and burn the rope or kill him or something? Let him on fire.
Wow. For the moment, I'm going to stay up top because I am not the most strength of folk.
Okay.
Are you alright up there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
How am I able to hear you when you're talking?
Yeah, I'm not the most.
It just kind of like
person.
echoes, just like yeah.
Very soft spoken.
Honestly,
Right,
if fire shoots out of your fingers at all times, Hawk, that it's kind of good that you're probably not grabbing onto this rope.
Well, it's just wisps. It's
Okay.
not like it can burn anything.
Gotcha. Okay, just an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to leave the rope?
I've got my own if I need it.
Do you want me to like unhook
Yeah.
it for you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll toss the rope
collect my rope.
back down to him.
Okay, that's 50
Put it
feet
in
of
my-
rope is actually pretty heavy. Like if it's 20 feet of it is like falling all
Yeah,
of a
but
sudden.
I got a pack. I got a little pack.
You're just like holding
No,
out your
well,
backpack and it all coils back up into it as
He
it
means
falls.
like when it's falling on
Yeah,
you.
like if,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
true.
dropping the rope down.
He'll like step to the side probably, and it
Yeah.
like lands on the ground.
I mean, I can shimmy to the side and be
Well,
like,
I mean, the rope wouldn't land on the ground though. The rope would just like straight up fall past the ledge and like start. The weight
Dex
might.
check, like.
Yeah, do a dex
Really?
check for me real quick.
All right. If I fail this, I'm gonna be so upset.
It's fine. I've got rope. I also have a bell.
12.
Okay, yeah, you're good. You managed to grab the rope and like not fall off the edge, or drop the rope.
All right, so so now that I'm down here, I kind of want to look around a little bit more and see if there's anything I can spot that'll allow me to like move down more, or if I literally just have to.
Oh,
Like,
as he's like looking around, I'm going to wrap. I have a hooded lantern.
Mhm.
So I'm going to just use my tinderbox, light up my lantern, hook some rope around it, and kind of dangle it above him.
Mm-hmm.
Light
So,
up the ledge.
oh, okay.
all right.
So I'll look around then.
So Indiana looks around and roll me perception.
It's an 8.
All right. So you can kind of see that there's snow like covering some of the sledge, like off to your left. Like if you have your back to the stone wall that you're on right now, if you look to your left, there's the ledge continues. It's only like as wide as your feet basically, so you gotta like be careful not to fall off the edge. And you can continue to go along the left. There's some snow, but it looks like a lot of it has been knocked off. And then to your right, the ledge just kind of peters off and like turns into just a smooth rock wall. So there's not really any way to go on the right. On the left, you can see only as far as the light lights it up for you. And then beyond that, you can't really tell what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and start shimmying to the left and just keep going, keep looking for stuff.
Okie doke. Hawk, do you walk with him and like continue lighting it up for him?
Yeah, I will. I am kind of like trying really hard to hold on to this rope. I might have to pull it back after a bit. I mean, it's 10 pounds, so holding 10 pounds of rope out is.
Yeah. You could probably like, instead of being like holding it straight out with your arm.
Well, like it's laying on the cliffside, but I mean,
okay,
like,
gotcha.
holding onto it so it doesn't fall.
Gotcha. Well, it doesn't sound like it would be too difficult, honestly. But all right.
I have 5 strength.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Nice.
that. Sure, okay.
-3 modifier.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're both walking to the left, which is literally like it's back towards the town-ish. And the town is built somewhat close to the edge of the cliff. So one of the burning houses is like kind of above you at this point. If you keep walking too close to the town, how close do you want to get before Hawk might decide to not go too close to the town?
I mean,
because the cliffs, the ledge continues going. You've walked maybe 20, 40 feet now, so now the town is about 60 feet away.
It's up to him what he wants to do. I'm just gonna keep shimmying along, even if I don't have the light, and just kind of try and look with my eyes.
Okay.
So how many feet do I have to like get like towards the town? Did you say?
So you were like 200 feet away from the town, and the closer you get to it, like you're going along the edge of the cliff here, but the town is built like it's kind of like a circular built town in the way that the houses are laid out, and some of the houses are like right at the edge of the cliff. So the closer you get to the town, like you're gonna have to like basically walk right next to these houses if you get too close.
I mean, I'll just walk up to the town. It's fine. I'll just kill anyone that gets in my way.
Oh gosh. Well, there are plenty of people running around and screaming and all that kind of thing, and trying to put out fires.
Me, I've got daggers.
Yeah, you're a fiery person. They might not like you. All right. So you keep walking, and one of these houses towards the edge of the cliff is actually on fire. So watch out for flaming rubble there, Stu. So you keep on going, and eventually, as you're continuing to shimmy along this cliffside, and then Stu notices like the entrance to a cave once he gets to like just past the first house. Do you want to roll perception?
I'm confused. I'm rolling perception?
Yeah.
You're looking at this cave.
Yeah, like to your left, you're finally like finding where this ledge leads to.
Are you a human, Stu?
Yeah, Stu's a human.
Okay, I have dark vision for 60 feet, like reduced dark vision.
Then why don't you freaking get down?
No, I'm up above. It's up to you. You have a lantern. You're good.
Not 20.
Not 20. Oh wow.
It was all thanks to the lantern.
Okay, so you see that there are some weird symbols along the edge of this. There's like it's basically like a oval archway kind of thing that leads into this cave, but no one would ever see this unless they were basically on this ledge. Like there is no way that they would be able to see this unless like from the top of the where the houses are basically, and also Hawk has like the incline of the land has gone up a little bit, so Hawk's now maybe about 50 feet above you instead of just 20 feet above you. So you've had to let out more rope as you've gone.
Yeah, it's
Hawk.
like the extent of my rope, basically.
Yeah. So there's like these stone carved symbols and in this like little archway around this cave, and you see some, not necessarily like light coming from the cave, but you see some like sparkling kind of like from little reflections from Hawk's lantern, or from Narkin's lantern, that are being reflected back towards Stu as you're trying to like peek into this cave. Are you like peeking into it, or are you just kind of like seeing the cave? Okay. Yeah, so you're seeing reflections of light, but it's not like lighting up the whole cave yet.
I wanted to kind of identify what these symbols are, if it's possible.
Okay, well, since you did roll in at 20, I'm inclined to say that it looks like some sort of magic, some sort of magical thing, but you probably wouldn't know this language.
Okay.
But it's like some sort of magic seal.
Okay. I don't even know your name, so.
My name or Hawk's name?
Hawk's name.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna yell, "Fireman! Come down!"
Fireman. That's a great thing to yell, considering you're like, he's like in the town now, and it's just like, hey, fire dude.
Okay. So I'm gonna first of all lower the rope and like let him grab the lantern, so that I don't have to like pull it back up. And then I'm just gonna like, do you want to unhook the rope, and then I'll just coil that back up. Okay.
For Stu? Alright.
And then I'm gonna let him kind of like make room, and I'm going to.
Just like.
Yep. And can I do an acrobatics check to jump down and land on the ledge?
This is 50 feet.
That is, I'm fine. I'll tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll, dude.
50 feet? So what race are you again? You're
I'm
fire...
a genocide, but I'm a very dexterous, like
dexterous,
yeah. All I've got is dexterity and charisma, and like a little bit of wisdom. Like this is my guy.
Do you have any spells like feather falling or anything, or are you literally just jumping 50 feet and relying on your
fire tricks up my sleeve? And...
Freaking love Minecraft, dude.
Feather falling is a real spell, man. Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do this, Hawk?
It reduces
you
all
could
falling.
you could walk back to the ledge and tie your rope and go down normally.
No, I'm gonna jump this. I got this.
Leap of faith, man. YOLO.
Okay.
Look at this D20. Boy, wait. this number right here. This is what's gonna roll. That is a 20.
Let's go, dude.
I am very frightened for your character right now. All right.
It's fine. He has a +4 as well.
Okay. So,
that is a nat 20 +4.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want to see this, boy? It's right on that napkin right there. Wait.
Right on the napkin, dude.
Nat 20.
I am so baffled right now.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Give it to me.
All right. So you managed to like slide down. Like this is a very, very steep incline, or it's basically a straight up cliff, but maybe there's like 1 degree of like angle for you to like slip onto. So you're like trying to dig your fingers into this cliff wall to slow yourself down, and you basically slide all the way down this cliff 50 feet down and land on this tiny like 8-inch wide ledge, and somehow you don't fall and you just land perfectly fine, and Stu's just looking at you like, what the heck is this crazy dude doing?
Well done, fireman. Now help me with these symbols, please.
Yeah, I got no magical knowledge.
Oh frick.
Like,
we're both just idiots, just doing amazing things. It doesn't.
dude, my skills are deception, insight, perception, and stealth. Like I'm just like I lie and then I hide.
Oh my gosh.
But I do. I mean, I do have perception, so I have a +5 in that, so I can look.
Just so you know, Hawk, if you had failed that, I probably would have made your character fall down into the depths and like die.
Yeah, I had faith.
I had faith.
How did you know that you were gonna get nat 20? Like you were like, oh yes, I'm definitely gonna get a nat 20, and then
I just needed an unnatural 20. I figured, so 16 or above, I was good.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's only like a 1/5 chance.
Oh my god.
Dude, his name is Narkin. He's a narcissist. He believes he can do anything.
And
It's
apparently
fine.
he can.
Yeah. I'm better than
Alright.
stupid Indiana fraud. I don't fraud kids.
So I would point out though, just so you know, like you can't really use the rope method to get back up though now. So you
What
don't.
level is he, by the way?
1.
Okay, just making sure.
All
But
right.
he has so he has +1 in Constitution, +1 in Intelligence, -3 in Strength, +3 in Wisdom, +4 in Dex, and +4 in Charisma.
Wow.
So, but then as a rogue, he gets to double his proficiency in 2 things. So he has a +8 to Deception and a +8 to Stealth.
Oh wow.
Wow, dude.
Nice.
Yee.
So
All right.
you guys are standing on this ledge, looking at this cave. You have dark vision, Hawk. So
I do.
you'd be able
so I
to
can see
see.
60 feet.
Yeah.
As if it's like.
Would you like to roll perception as well?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
All right. So give me this +5. Give me something good. I got a 4. I got 9 total.
Okay, so you also have a little bit of trouble seeing into this cave. You see that this cave is lined with some interesting crystals, which are what were giving Stu some reflections earlier. You see some strange like magical artifacts, but mostly it's pretty barren for the first like 60 feet ish of this cave, and then like well actually you can't really see 60 feet. I'm just saying that because of your dark vision. But the cave goes maybe about 20 feet into the wall, or like straight ahead, and then it turns to the left, and then yeah. So basically, you can only see a little bit in there, and there's no light sources, no anything. It's just kind of like barren rock with a couple crystals embedded in the wall, and like maybe a cauldron or two just kind of sitting there.
Okay. We have the lantern, so if we do walk in, we have a
Yeah.
light source.
Yeah, you do.
Let's go, fireman.
Yeah. You can keep the lantern. I like to keep my hands free.
Oh, all right. And just like holding, I'm just clutching it.
I love the way you held that. You're like,
Right.
all right. So you
I'm
walk
gonna
in.
I'm gonna let him go ahead of me, and I'm just gonna stick like 5 feet behind him, kind of like walking as quietly as possible.
Okay. Roll me stealth, Stu.
20 on that.
20, not net. Okay. So you are creeping into this cave as quietly as a mouth. Hawk, roll me stealth as well. But I'm
Yeah,
pretty
with
sure
the
you'll be
+8
fine.
boy.
Yeah, you'll probably be fine no matter what you
Got
roll.
that 14 + 8, 22.
Okay, yeah, you both are like ghosts as you slip into this cave, and you go in the 20 feet required in order to get to that curve in the cave, and you kind of peek around the corner, and you see this hooded figure who's in there, kind of like holding what looks to, or like you can't really see what he's holding because he's got it behind him, or like he's got his back turned to you, but you can see that he's holding something and like kind of looking down at it. And he's leaning very far to his right, as we've mentioned, he might be like possibly crippled or something weird. But he's a hooded figure. He's just got like this gray hood on, and in this room there is a single torch on the back wall. The room's maybe 20 feet round, circular. There's a square table in the center, which is what the hooded dude is like looking at. And there's all sorts of like magical artifacts and tapestries along the walls of this cave. It's very interesting looking. Like you wouldn't know what a lot of these things are along the walls, like these objects and that kind of thing. There's no bed in this room. There's no like living quarters or anything. It's just kind of like a stash of magical things.
I'm gonna tap Indiana fraud on the shoulder, and kind of like put my finger up to my mouth as he looks at me, and she's like, shh.
Good, because I was about to be like, who goes there?
And I'm gonna like pull him back a bit so he's not exposed, and I'm going to creep up behind this guy with my daggers out.
Okay.
So
Roll me stealth.
check,
Yeah,
I
roll
assume?
me stealth again.
All right, that is an 18 + 8, 26.
Okay. So yeah, you sneak up to him completely perfectly. He has no idea that you're there.
And I'm just going to first like peer over his shoulder. Well, how tall is he?
He's actually pretty tiny. He's about 5 feet high.
Okay, and I'm 5'11", so I can see over him. So I'm just gonna like look at what he's holding and keep my daggers like at the ready.
Okay. He is holding what looks... it's basically a Zelda rupee, if you know what that shape looks like. It's like a green crystal that's glowing. It looks very interesting, or like it's very pleasing to the eyes, I guess I would say. It doesn't have any magical symbols on it or anything, but you can tell that it's magical because of the way it's glowing, and it's like you can...
Glowing, it must be magic.
Well, it's like emanating this glow or something. Hello, Charles Sloan. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, you're not sure what this magical crystal does, but you can tell that it's important, and it's a very vague way. Yeah, I don't know. So and you still can't see this dude's face. It's just a gray hood that he has on. So even though you're looking over his shoulder, you have no idea what he looks like.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing as earlier. Just put a dagger on each side of his neck, ready to just kind of decapitate. And I'm just gonna go.
Well, that looks valuable.
Okay. The dude doesn't respond.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and slit his neck open. So
Wow.
do you want me to do attack rolls or just roll damage? Since I'm
Just roll damage.
alrighty. That
got him.
is 2d4s plus dex mod twice for daggers. Ooh. So that is 2 and 1, and then my dex mod is plus 4, so it's 8. So that is 11 damage.
All right. His head falls off. Like straight up, the hood and his head just kind of like fall backward towards you and land on the ground between your legs. But the body continues to stand exactly as it was, and still holding the crystal. But the head just kind of falls and like lands with it, like the top of its head on the ground, and its head, or like the face, is now kind of like staring back at Indiana Fraud over there. And with
Perception, what does it look like?
you roll perceptions too.
Yeah. That is gonna be a 19.
All right, you can tell that it is one of your friends from this. Let me see. One of your friends from, like, remember I said you were visiting some of your adventuring friends that you've known for a couple of years. One of your friends from this town is here, and it looks like it's basically, it looks like they've been dead for a while. They're kind of skeletal, flesh is kind of rotting a little bit,
Like
and
saggy skin
yeah,
or
it's just
something.
like they have dead eyes, and like it's basically like, kind of like skeletal, and the head is now just kind of staring at you like mouth open and just like upside down, and no blood or anything as the head's cut off. It's just kind of staring at you now.
That was easier than expected.
What have you done?
I'm gonna go ahead and just chop both arms off as well. Dagger on each.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it happens.
Yeah.
And the crystal falls and like kind of skitters across the floor.
I'll push the body over too. For good measure.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, easy profit.
And I'm just gonna scoop up the crystal. I think.
Okay.
So I pull out. How close am I to all of this?
To Fireman, you're maybe 10 feet away from Fireman and the dead body.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I pull out my whip.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
I swear, if you say it, that belongs in a museum.
That belongs in a museum.
Oh my gosh. Do keep in mind that there is, I didn't tell you this yet, but there is another exit to this cave, or like, not an exit, but there's like another passage to this cave on the other side of the wall. So like, there could be something else in here.
No, I'm straight up.
All right.
That doesn't belong to you. Then I just.
Can I make a dex save?
Okay, roll history, Stu.
History.
Yeah.
What? I thought he was whipping it out
For
of my.
whipping.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not for the whipping. Just
Oh, okay.
because you
four, I
said
guess.
that doesn't belong to you.
That's a 2.
All right, never mind. Just roll for your whip.
Yep. Okay.
Can I make a dex saving throw against whatever he rolls?
Wouldn't it be your AC?
Say
Well,
what?
to like duck it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah, sure.
Okay. Because he did like shout out something.
Yeah,
so
yeah, he
I
was.
got a reaction.
All right.
I don't know if that helped much.
So it was a 16, by the way.
Okay, and I got a 14, so it hits me.
Mm-hmm. So how much damage does your whip do?
1d4 plus 3,
Okay.
so 6.
Of my 9 HP.
Oh, rip. Okay, I'm gonna write that down so I know you're at 3 HP.
Yep, and I have it.
Because I actually didn't know how much health you had. Probably should know that as the DM.
I'm just gonna like turn and chuck the crystal at him.
Oh my gosh.
Not like violently, just like toss it. Like,
I respect your strength. Have this.
Okay.
you know, if you're strong enough to take something, you can have it.
All right. So I inspect it a little bit.
We'll roll a dex save first.
Oh yeah. Wait, me?
Yeah.
I mean, not like I tossed it to him. It's not like
Yeah, he's tossing it to me. He's
Okay.
I'm
he's
not
not-
chucking it at his head.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
So you catch it, and you're examining it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see about the same thing as Hawk. It's just, it's a glowing crystal. You failed your history check, so yeah, you don't really know anything about it. You just know it's a cool green crystal, and it's glowing.
I'm gonna sit down and have a snack. I have some rations.
Oh, to restore your health now, you mean?
No, I was just gonna have a snack. You can give me health if you want. I'm just gonna have a snack.
Oh, okay.
Eating food.
Yeah, you can eat your snack. It's fine.
Gonna consume one of my 2 rations.
Okay. I really haven't rolled any of my dice here, so. All right, so.
I'm just gonna talk real quick.
Okay.
Why did you kill this man?
Well, to me it seems he was always meant to be dead. I just hoped it along. Besides, he like fell apart, so wasn't that hard.
Okay, I want to inspect the body real quick.
Okay.
The different parts of it, apparently.
Okay. So, roll perception, I guess, again, or biology, something. Roll something.
What should I roll?
Just a d20.
Hawk.
What?
What check am I rolling? I'm looking at the body.
You're looking at the body? I would call that like an investigation.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Okay. Dang it. 7.
7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really tell that much about it. It's a dead body. It looks pretty weak and frail. It doesn't look like he was doing too well before he died. That's about it. But he was your friend
Also,
for sure.
In 4 pieces on the ground now.
Yeah. As you're investigating him, you also notice he doesn't really have any gear or anything. He doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have any money. He's just got like a little bit of clothing and the hood kind of thing.
Friend is killed. I loot the body.
Well, I'm
now
saying
that-
like this is a bit abnormal because you notice he doesn't even have shoes on. Which, like, you're in the mountains. You really need clothes. It's freaking cold in this area, so.
Now that I'm
Very odd.
done with my snack, you said there was like another passageway?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is my friend's name, real quick?
Your friend was named, Anduin.
Andy.
10 out of 10.
Is that a reference to something?
That's
Maybe.
a WoW name.
Wow.
Actually, yeah, whatever. I had a different name, but I forgot it.
Is the passageway like open or is it like blocked?
No, it's open.
Okay.
Hello,
it's, like, dark
LBR.
inside.
How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What'd you say, Huck?
But it's like dark inside.
It's you do see light coming from it, so you know there's a light source somewhere on the other side, but it does curve to the right again. so you can't see like what lays beyond.
This is very odd. Anduin used to wear his Converse everywhere.
His Converse?
His fantasy Converse.
Alright. Moccasins.
Is that fine? Is that approved by the DM that we can have fantasy Converse?
Yeah, sure, we can have fantasy Converse. Why not?
Yes.
Psychological Circle says, who goes there? Or who goes here?
Who goes here?
Yeah, so with my finished snack, I'm going to go. Oh, actually, my armor class is 15.
Oh, you just ate food, and I just didn't even say anything about it.
I'm going to slip my daggers back out and sneak up and just peer around the corner. Not like go around it, but.
Okay, roll stealth again.
All right, that is a 19 plus 8, 27.
Okay. So you peek around the corner and you see two other hooded figures that are like they seem to be acting frantic, like trying to like gather objects to like block off the exit or something, or like trying to gather materials or something. You can't exactly tell what they're doing, but they're like trying to move around quickly, but they're also kind of acting a little clumsy and like falling over a little bit, and like their arms seem to be going like flopping around a little bit when they're trying to do stuff. So they seem pretty clumsy in what they're doing.
Okay.
And they're what now?
I'm going to very carefully put my 2 daggers away. And I'm going to take out 2 things. I've got an oil flask, and I have a short bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out the oil flask. I'm going to cast Produce Flame as I like dab my arrow tip with some of the oil and light it. I'm going to chuck the oil flask, and I'm going to shoot it out of the air.
What?
Whoa. That's a little complicated.
I just assume it's going to be a dex.
Yeah, I was going to say
and maybe
dex.
a stealth, too, for, like, doing all of that prep work. But I didn't know.
Yeah, do both of those for me.
Right,
Do
so
a
I'll
stealth,
do stealth
first. Yeah, and then a dex.
So that is a 12 plus 8, so it's an unnatural 20.
Okay.
And then the dex, which is just plus 4, so come on, rolls. That is a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
So,
wow.
Alright, so you throw it...
Whenever you do anything stupid, you get your nat 20s. That's all you have to learn.
I should do stupid things more often.
Exactly.
So, you throw this flask of oil into the center of this other room. This other room is slightly smaller than the previous one, so this is like maybe 15 feet circular. And the oil flask is in like the center of the room, and then it just explodes in fire, drenching like the entire room and all the objects in it, all the tapestries and other magic stuff. It's basically the same as the other room, but everything in the entire room gets lit on fire just to add to the fire that's happening everywhere. And it coats these other 2 hooded figures in fire. And there's just fire everywhere now, and it's not fun. So these 2 hooded figures don't respond again. Like, even though they're on fire, they still do the same exact actions that they were doing before, and they don't really seem to notice that they're on fire now until they like slowly start to kind of burn away and like fall over and stop moving.
What are these? Can I just get a clarification on what they are?
They're like slumped humanoid figures in cloaks.
Okay.
Yeah, they're same kind of thing that this first hooded figure was. That
there's some necromancer's lost like school project.
Basically, yeah.
All right, so everything's just like burning.
Yeah, everything's on fire. It's kind of like fading away slowly. What's Stu doing during all of this? Last I knew, he was looking at the crystal, and now there's fire everywhere, and he's like, "What the heck is happening?"
Well, he wouldn't be able to see it. There's just lots of light.
Well,
you know, I've just
I'm sure he would have been able to hear it. Like just a. Stu appears to be very distracted.
That didn't go poorly. That could have gone very poorly.
It could have, yeah. Okay, there is another entrance, or like one more continuation of the tunnel on the other side of this wall. However, now it's blocked off by fire.
That's fine. I have fire resistance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that like total fire resistance, or is that just like less damage?
It reduces it by 4 damage.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't know how much damage you want fire to do. Usually it's like a d6.
It specifically reduces it by 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Genocide fire resistance is specifically 4 because it's their skin.
I thought you would
coating.
have resistance like to have it or whatever. Like
No, it's just their skin, so it takes more blaze to actually injure them.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming you would know that it would probably still be a bad idea to do that. And like
like standing in fire is not good for them. It's just like
especially walking through like literally you've drenched the entire area in oil. So like if you walk through it, your feet are gonna be dripped in like a grease fire, and like it's gonna still be on fire even after you get out of the fire.
Oh yeah, I should get rid of my oil flask.
Okay, so Stu, what are you doing in all this?
I mean, I've been at this body. I guess I look up and I notice that he's gone. And so I kind of like just stand up and follow the path of carnage he's just caused.
All right.
So I've walked up to this scene and I really don't know what to do here because you said there's just like
ash, we burn.
What?
Ash to ash, we burn.
We burn.
It's quite scary.
I'm good with not burning. I would much prefer not burning.
Same.
I'm just gonna, while I'm waiting for this fire.
Yeah, this fire will probably take a while to burn out because it's like an oil fire.
I'm gonna take a seat and play with my fire in my hand with produce flame. Just like pass it hand to hand.
So you're just like playing hot potato with your fireball or something?
Well, produce flame actually doesn't produce any heat. It's just like light.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just like a visual effect. So.
Okay.
I'm watching what he's doing and I'm just like, oh, are you serious right now? We have a task at hand.
All right. So what are you guys thinking right now? Like, I guess you got some time to chat because you're just waiting for a fire to go out before you can progress. Yeah, I know Hawk's playing, but what are you
going to at least like discuss things? Do you have anything to talk about? Do you just not socialize? What's your deal?
What is there to socialize about? In the end, we are all consumed by the great inferno.
This dude really likes fire. It's pretty lit.
Oh, God, okay, I'm going to sit by myself over there.
Alright, do you guys want to take a short rest?
Yeah,
because both of you have been damaged a little bit.
I'd love to take a nap and just have a long rest. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, you honestly probably could take a long rest in the time that it takes for this fire to go out. So yeah, go ahead.
Noting, I figured out I have 2 flasks of oil, so I have 1 left.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God.
Just do the same effect again. Yeah.
And fail it the second time. All right.
So what are you guys going to do? You want to set someone up as like keeping watch, or?
Oh, that's a good point. I'm going to take out because I'm a rogue. I got that special thieves tool bag, and in that you get 1,000 ball bearings in a sack, and I'm going to take that out and just dump them behind us. So if anyone comes, they'll like trip and make a lot of noise.
From which direction? From the ledge direction, or from the fire direction?
The ledge direction.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm okay with them coming from the other way. That's fine.
Okay. And
so I'll dump, say, 500 roughly.
Okay.
Of them, so like half the sack.
Okay.
That's probably enough to fill that hallway.
All right, and Stu, what you doing? You look very confused.
Yeah, apparently I have a lucky charm, and I don't even know what that does.
Well, apparently it hasn't been working.
I think you can use it as a focus.
No, I have to activate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have no idea what
it says whenever you would otherwise use a luck reroll, you can instead activate a lucky charm. What is that? A luck reroll?
I don't know.
Glows. You don't have a luck feat yet. You're not high enough level.
Oh,
so it doesn't do anything for you.
Yikes.
You can take feats like Luck of the Wind, and then like on dex checks you can re-roll if you get below a 10.
Right. Okay, well, I can't really do anything. I mean,
You're welcome to keep watch. I'm gonna sleep.
I'm just gonna like lay down. Go. Sleep.
yeah, okay. I'm looking around, I'm just chilling. I don't have any cards to play with, so I'm literally just.
So you've taken a long rest now?
At the very least, I'm sleeping. I don't
No, you know what? Because I'm such a gym buff, I'm gonna work out. I'm just gonna do some push-ups.
The entire time?
Yeah, push-ups and like whatever.
That's
else
training,
is
so that would give him advantage on his next strength check.
Oh, okay.
More than an hour of strength activities.
Okay.
Is that a thing in Fit?
Yeah.
Edition?
5e, you can train and you get advantage on whatever you train.
5e training. I can't even type. What is this?
It's basically if you spend a short rest, which is an hour or more, doing an activity, you can focus one thing and train it. So, and it just gives you
I've
one.
asked that before, and like
Been
the
told
people
no.
that I do stuff with it, they're like, "Oh no, there's no way to do it."
It's kind of like some people use it, some people don't. I like it because like it's something for people to do during short rests if they don't actually need it. But you can only train one thing at a time, so and it's one advantage. So I've long rested, and he has done push-ups.
Okay. So,
I mean, do I get to count the long rest still though?
well,
No, you have to
if you were working out, then you weren't resting.
It's a short rest. You can use your hit die.
Can I sleep? Oh, it's a short rest.
Yep.
Lol. Okay.
Because it's over an hour of non-strenuous combat, or whatever it's called. I forget what the term is for short rest.
I had to reset everything. Nope, that's not what I meant to do.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up from my long nap. Is the fire still going, EJ?
Nope, the fire... Oh, sorry, burped. So the fire has finally gone out. Can you guys roll a... I guess it would be a perception check, both of you?
Sure. With my beautiful +5 in perception. It's a 11 + 5, 16.
16? And you, Stu? 11? Okay, so Hawk... sorry, Narkin, yeah. He hears out of the corner of his ear, he hears a clatter as you guys are still like sleeping or whatever. And yeah, well, you look up and you see another hooded figure trying to like flee the fiery area that you just caused. And it wakes you up. So you notice this guy as he was trying to sneak past you guys and get out of here.
Did he hit my ball bearings?
He did not hit your... Well, yeah, he probably did, actually. So maybe he snuck past you successfully and then slipped on the ball bearings and made some noise, and you noticed him.
Nice. I'm going to get up, grab my bow, which I didn't put away. I just kind of like left it out next to me.
Okay.
And shoot him in the back.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Oh, nice.
Oh, all right.
I actually get to do combat.
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you. Well, if Hawk wakes you up, then yeah. Assuming you were asleep.
I assume that the
Let's
clanging.
get the nat ones out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get them out of the...
So what's your initiative, Stu?
Total of 2.
Mine is a total of 19.
Wow.
Okay. So...
I got that +4 dex, boys.
Nice. And you were what, Stu? 2?
2, yeah.
Okay, makes sense because you were asleep.
Yeah. And you're not like the quick reflexes rogue. It's just like noise, shoot it.
Okay, so Hawk, go ahead and roll to hit with your bow on this dude.
All right, that is a dex roll.
Would that be a surprise round?
That hit my desk. Yeah, is that a surprise? Like, is he surprised?
No, because he was watching. He was trying to sneak past you guys carefully to avoid knocking you guys, so he was keeping an eye on you. Get him, says LVR.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay, rip. Hang on. I need to figure out something real quick.
I assume that hits.
I literally have no idea what his armor class is because it doesn't give me a number for this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume.
Well, think
it
of what
does.
he's wearing because that would give you an idea.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say
If
that
he's
hits.
wearing cloth, it's 10 plus his dex mod. If it's leather, it's 11 plus.
Okay. Yeah, so that hits. Roll for damage.
Nice. It's a d6 plus 4. I rolled a 1. So it's 5 damage.
Wow.
Okay. So he had. There we go. So you hit him in like the back of the, or like in his back shoulder kind of area, and he's like, "Ow, what the heck?" And like that's not his voice, obviously, but he goes, "Ah!" And he whirls to
like,
see
ow,
you.
What the heck?
Ow! What the heck, guys?
Ow! How dare you? Very rude.
You're so mean.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to well, actually it's not. Yeah, I'll use bonus action to disengage 5 feet. So I'm just kind of like
Okay.
as far away from him as I can get down that other side of the tunnel.
Okay. You mean
So it is a bonus action?
so
like,
he's on the ledge and
Disengages him.
you're on the side where the fire was? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I'm on like right before entering the room.
Okay.
And then he'd be like towards the corner, I assume.
Okay. So, this dude decides to run. He tries to run to this ledge.
Indiana fraud. Are you gonna do anything useful?
So he uses his action to dash, and he runs out of the cave because you've given him a chance to escape, which is what he wanted anyway. And he rushes to the ledge.
Okay. Well, doesn't he have to? He has to make it through. So he has to go around the corner, make it through that room,
Well,
go around the corner, and make it to the ledge, right?
So you guys are in, or like where you were resting was the room where the first dude was that you killed.
Oh, okay. So we were actually in that room, and then
Yes.
Okay.
And then yeah, he snuck past you guys. So basically, all he had to do was run through that little 20-foot long cave-ish thing, and now he's back on the ledge. And well along it.
Okay.
Wait, so
Um,
he damaged him and he just kept running?
Yeah, he didn't. He just ran. He didn't want to fight you guys.
Okay.
But it's your turn in initiative order, Stu. So do me proud.
Well, I'll try. Can I ask something? So when you disengage, can you only move back 5 feet, or can you move more than
If
that?
you're using it as a bonus action, yeah, it's 5 feet, but it doesn't provoke opportunity.
Yeah, but also can you move after that, or
No.
Okay,
That's your action and disengage are your full movement there.
gotcha. Okay, so, so I guess I wake up. How far is he from me right now?
He is. He's already on the ledge by the time you're moving.
What's your movement speed, Stu?
It's 30.
You could dash to catch him. That's less than 60 feet.
Does
That's
Stu know where he is?
That is your full action, but you can
I guess so.
be to him at the very least.
So did Hawk wake you up, Stu, or did you, like, what do you know at this point?
I
Yeah, I
feel
like
like
kicked him awake. Yeah.
I feel like the freaking "ow, you hit me" would wake me up.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna use my dash action and catch up to him.
Okay. So you catch up to him, and
I'm now on the
you're
ledge.
both standing on this ledge with your backs to the stone wall. It's only like a 8-inch wide thing for you to stand on, so it's very, very precarious. Let me
So-
see here.
Hawk,
Yep.
what could I do in this scenario with my bonus action or not? Or not
You
yet?
can use shove, but I don't know if EJ will allow that. That's kind of DM discretion, because like shove is kind of a weird thing.
Grapple is
like,
an
you'd fi-
action, right?
Yeah, that is a full action. But like shove is kind of like that weird thing where if you're running at someone, wouldn't it make sense that you could like?
Oh no, I
kick
can't even see it.
Right.
Oh, someone donated $1. I didn't even see it. Okay, hold on a sec. I got it.
was
Oh,
LBR.
LBR. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't get to see it because it was hidden behind. I need to change that so that's not like behind that. That's dumb. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Thank you, LBR. I appreciate it greatly. That's nice of you. Thanks. Sorry, I'm completely off track now.
We were discussing whether you'll allow shove as a bonus action or not.
Like if I can shove him, try and shove him off.
He's like running, so it'd be like the continued force of his...
Yeah, I would definitely say you can try to do that.
So how does that work?
Shove is just you roll a d4, and that's how many like inches/feet you can shove him.
Oh, okay.
Which direction are you trying to shove him? Are you like trying to shove him away from the wall, or just trying to shove him forward along the ledge?
Shove him off of the ledge.
What? No. We need to slit his throat. I have gold.
We can go loot the body. And we
can
climb down and stuff.
The guy with -3 strength mod's gonna climb down.
Okay.
I can climb down and loot the body.
That's a really far valley, dude. That's like there's a reason it's like shrouded in fog, like really far down.
Let me get this picture, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he just walked out of the cave onto the ledge. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Has he started moving along the ledge?
Yes, he's already started moving along the ledge a little bit.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard for him because he's got an arrow in his shoulder blade now, and he's trying to keep his back against the wall.
Okay, so so I come out next to him on the thing. So yeah, I'm gonna run out and kind of like push him down onto the ledge. Like try to shove him.
Try and stop him from moving.
Right, exactly.
So you're trying to like shove him downward? Like make him kneel?
Against the wall.
Against not the wall, like the ledge. You see what I'm saying? Not towards the...
Well, like think of like if you grab someone's shoulders and shove down, EJ.
So yeah, so you're like kind of pushing him like into a kneeling position, trying to at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, something like that.
So does he roll like a dex saving throw against that or something?
It's a strength contest to remain.
Strength contest.
So if he doesn't want to be shoved in, so you roll a
d20. Is how many feet, and then.
Well, that doesn't matter because you're not shoving him off of anything. So you just both roll d20 strengths, and then whoever wins, their result is what happens.
Okay, roll strength check then, Stu.
That would be a 16.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, you successfully managed to stop or like kind of push him onto his knees, and he's like about to fall off the edge though, because the ledge is not big enough for both his knees, so he's like kind of about to teeter off the edge if you're not careful. But he's stopped moving at this point. Can
we assume that I hold him there?
Yeah, you're kind of restraining him, and he's.
I'm not fully restraining him. I'm holding his shoulder, but he can still like hit me with his other hands or whatever he wants to do.
Okay, so now it's Hawk's turn.
Yeah, how tall are you, Stu?
I would say 5'10", 5'11".
5'10". I'm gonna come out, and I'm going to try and I don't know what I wanted to incapacitate the guy, but you're not short enough for me to like hit him in the head. You know what? Okay, I've got a hammer. I'm gonna try and chuck the hammer up in an arc so it hits the guy.
You better get a T20 again for your stupid choices.
I'm not gonna get a nat 20, but hopefully you'll accept an unnatural 20 if I roll it.
So you're trying to throw the hammer in an arc above Stu's head and have it land on.
Yeah, but like not.
Goodness.
But Stu's like leaning over him, kind of to push him down, so his head is like above the.
Fine, I've got good aim.
You can't defy the laws of physics, though.
And then shoot him?
Okay, fine. I'll call out, move or I'll shoot through you.
Yeah, okay.
So and let him kind of lean out of the way. And then I'll chuck my hammer at him. So then it's just a straight chuck.
Exactly.
A spinny, unweighted hammer.
Spinny, unweighted hammer. All right.
It's not meant for throwing.
Okay.
It's okay. I got a 10 total. It's fine.
Oh, jeez. That doesn't hit, does it?
Wait, so you got a 10 total for the crazy hard thing that you were trying to do?
Well, I was just trying to like.
No, because he's just throwing it now. Because I'm leading up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, you're
it's like
leaning-
I'm throwing like a throwing dagger, just like straight, but it's like a hammer. So
Gotcha.
It's, like, blunt.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say you hit him in like the other shoulder, and go ahead and roll for damage.
Ooh, it's an improvised D4. 4 damage.
Okay. So now it's his turn.
Yeah, and all of mine are rolls to incapacitate, by the way. So if I get lethal damage, he's
Gotcha.
just knocked unconscious.
All right, he is going to let me see here.
I have to lose my. I assume the hammer like fell off the edge or something. Goodbye, hammer. I miss you.
Yeah, your hammer probably didn't end up in a place where you can get it back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, rude. Wait. Okay, yeah, that's not possible.
Oh, by the way, Stu, I could have given you. I have pitons, batons, whatever those climbing things are.
Oh, I have a belaying pin apparently.
Yeah, nice.
So.
But I have 10 of these, so I can like stick like feet points.
Right. I'm just
The
saying,
guy
like,
that
while
can't
I have the
climb.
rope, I'm good.
Okay. So I'm gonna use a spell, or like this dude is going to use a spell. He's gonna try to use it on Stu.
Right there.
I'm just trying to figure out how to use spells because I don't know how to do this as a DM.
What spell is it?
What, yeah, what's
It's
it works
it's blindness / deafness.
Okay, so I believe blindness is that a touch spell? Let's find out.
Is it a well? First of all, is it a cantrip or like a
No, it's a
It's
level
an action spell.
yeah
Um,
level 2
Level
spell
one
I
spell?
think.
Stu has to make a Constitution saving
Actually,
throw.
you know what? I might not want to even have that spell because that's like a level 2 spell, and I don't know if I want to make this guy that high level because then I'd have to change some stats, and I don't feel like it.
You don't have to. NPCs can have spells that aren't their level range.
Sure, whatever. Okay.
I give people fireball all the time because it's hilarious.
Okay. Well, in that case, let me just use.
So you don't have to roll at all, EJ, for that spell, if you choose to
yeah,
use
you
it.
don't.
Oh, I don't. I just make it happen.
Stu makes a Constitution saving throw, and
Okay.
if he fails,
Yeah,
he's either blinded or deafened by
Okay.
your choice.
Deafened,
And if
or
he
I mean,
succeeds,
blinded. Sorry.
then- Yeah.
Okay.
If he succeeds, nothing happens, and then every turn he has to make Constitution saving throws to get out of the blindness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's a con save.
Yeah.
15.
Oh yeah, you're
What
not.
is your
You're not blinded, I guess.
well?
Well,
I
what
guess
is
you
this?
Don't have a sheet up. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I don't have a sheet for this guy, so I have no idea about what his like.
Just give him a wisdom score, and then 10 plus whatever his modifier would be is what Stu has to beat.
Yeah, so 10 plus is wisdom.
So like guess whatever you
Okay.
think his wisdom would be.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think his Stu's good.
Okay.
So it didn't work. He's losing his concentration from being like hit twice and like being held down. He's kind of panicking. But you do roll me a perception check, both of you.
All right. Got that beautiful 4 plus 4 or 4 plus 5. 9.
Okay, and you, Stu? 16. Okay. So Stu, you hear from the top of the cliff the groans. Oh, by the way, it's becoming dawn at this point, and because like you guys took a long rest, and there's like smoke rising above you guys. The storm has kind of come to a stop, but now above you, you hear like a guttural groan, and you look up to see like a burnt creature. Like you can't really tell exactly what it is, but it's like a humanoid creature with like soot all over it, and it's like kind of looking down at you guys.
Humanoid is in like it's the shape of a human.
Yes, humanoid is in like a
I
human.
want to shoot it in the neck.
You haven't seen it yet. Stu has,
Oh, okay.
but if he tells you, then yeah.
Indiana fraud, call it out to me.
Is it my turn in like the phases?
Yes, it's your turn now.
Spell.
Okay. So I yell my signature line. Who goes there? Up at the dude.
Can I look at who he's yelling at on my turn?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's still his turn. I don't know if he wants to make an action.
Yeah, I mean, EJ, like, does anything happen?
I mean, you can either attack this dude or you can try to like yank him onto like back into the cave so you can like restrain him better.
I mean, he's not responding.
Like he tried to cast a spell on you and he failed, so he's just kind of still in that position, like.
Oh no, I'm talking to the dude above.
Oh, the dude above. Oh yeah, the dude above is just kind of staring at you. He doesn't respond to what you say. But like as you're speaking to him, like another one appears. Like now there's two heads looking down at you guys. And they're just kind of staring creepily at you.
Okay. So I pull out my whip. And I'm just gonna wait. Okay.
While you're holding this guy,
quick question
with both hands.
Yep.
So it says that the range is 10 feet. If I'm closer, is that just I can't do that, or?
I would say that
You're
you'd have
closer, then
extreme disadvantage if
you
you're
have
trying to.
disadvantage.
Yeah, if you're trying to whip it and like literally
All right,
from a foot
so I'm
away.
within 5 feet, correct?
You're over top
You're
of him. You're
holding
still
him.
holding him with both hands.
Okay.
At
So
this point.
I'm straight gonna punch this guy.
Okay.
Unarmed strike. Let's go.
All right.
That is a 9.
Okay. You do
you
not hit him.
rolling
Or
past it?
so what you try to do is you try to like hold him with one hand and hit him with the other, but instead you almost lose your balance and like fall off the cliff. And you kind of like stumble a little bit. 1 foot falls off the cliff and you fall and you catch yourself with both hands on the ledge. So you're no longer holding him, but
Wait, I fell because
yeah.
I missed?
Yeah, you were like you're putting your full weight into this punch, and then you kind of missed, so you fall off the ledge. It's very very thin ledge or very skinny ledge, and now you're holding onto the ledge with both
I'm
hands.
so confused.
I'm just saying.
Alright.
I don't know. It's more interesting to say like instead of just going, oh your modifier plus your dice roll was not as big as his armor class. So I'm trying to say like, oh, you're grappling, oh, you're missing,
I mean, like,
glancing
I swing
blow.
at him and then I miss, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going for, but like,
I don't know. I'm adding flavor.
all right.
So Stu is Stu like on the edge next to the guy, or is he like
No,
on
I've
the other
fallen
side?
off the ledge and I'm hanging on.
Yeah,
I know,
he
but
like
I mean,
kind of
like, are
rolled
you
off.
hanging directly like next to him, or are you like
Very close to him, yeah.
stumbled past him and then went off the edge?
I'd say he stumbled past him, yeah. So he's
Okay,
like
so he's-
behind the necromancer now.
Okay.
You didn't hear me say that?
Well, with my
Too much
brilliant-
punch.
And so because he called out, like I know that there's at least someone up there, even if I can't see them.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's past him, but he's off the edge. I have one use, or no, I long rested. I have 2 uses of Burning Hands left.
Oh gosh.
Burning Hands is a cone.
Oh no.
Which means it spreads outward as it goes. But
Please don't kill Stu.
is off the edge, so he has cover, so he'll probably be fine. So
If you're very careful with your placement of it, I suppose.
I'm going to attempt to Burning Hands, because I don't have anything in my hands right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to attempt to Burning Hands, so it just like licks both the guys as the cone spreads out. So the guy that's like on the ledge and the guy that's kind of up above that I can't really see.
Well, the guy up there is 50 feet above, so that's a pretty wide angle. How
It's
big is this cone?
60 feet is the range of Burning Hands.
Wow.
So it can reach. Although you might want to give him cover, so he'll have like resistance to the actual damage. Because it would just be like the corner of the cone hitting him.
Okay.
Good thing about Burning Hands is I don't have to roll for it. You do.
So
So
it
please
hits me.
Rip. What do I have to roll for?
You have to
Constitution?
make 2 Constitution saving
Alright.
throws, 1 for each of them.
Alright. Oh my gosh. Not 1. So, and a 3.
Those are both failures.
Yes, they are.
All right, Burning Hands
So,
is...
yeah, explain what it does real quick.
So Burning Hands erupts a cone outward, and you're going to take 3d6 of fire damage because you failed. So that's 11. That is 16 damage.
I think my webcam stopped working for some reason. That's weird. I'm not
Mine
sure why.
literally says 15-foot cone, but that could
It's
just be the-
15-foot cone for the wizard spell,
The
and
wizard,
it's 60
okay.
foot for the genocide because it does it's like wild flame basically. It's like my interior, like, yeah.
I got
I also don't have like a casting thing, so my spell save DC is 12 because it's wild flame.
So do I have to roll for this too, or?
No, you're off the edge. I think you're fine. Unless
Yeah, if Hawk aimed it correctly. And in fact, go ahead and roll me a dex roll, Hawk, just to make sure that your aim is good.
Oh yeah, sure. My glass desk. That's 15 plus 4, 19.
Yeah, you're good. So your spell, do you roll for damage? I'll just take the same damage for both
yeah,
of them.
I did. So, what did I roll? It was 11, 15. Because I rolled a
15 damage? Okay.
Yeah. 6, 5, and a 4.
So the two like soot-covered heads that you saw up at the top of the thing, they just basically like get burned into oblivion and they disintegrate, and just two charred skulls fall from the top of the cliff and like fall and like hit the ledge and shatter into pieces, and they fall into the mist below. Meanwhile, the necromancer dude just kind of like immediately collapses and like almost rolls off the edge. It's up to you if you want to catch him there, Hawk.
Yeah, I do, because money.
Okay.
So I will catch him before he goes off.
All right. So you roll a strength save, or like a strength check in order to do that, to stop him from rolling off the edge.
Yeah, sure, with my -3. That is a 14 minus 3, an 11.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's not quite enough, and all you managed to do is like kind of you kind of swing him so that he like smashes his face into the rock wall, and you're clinging to his robe, but it pulls you down, so you're like laying on your chest right now, holding him off the edge, but you're not able to like pull him all the way up. So you're barely keeping him. Yeah, you're barely keeping him there.
I was gonna say, well, okay. Help me up, fireman, and I can assist you.
Fireman's got to pull up everybody.
All right. So I've got this brilliant plan where I'm going to.
Oh no! Brilliant plan. Hey, YouTube boy, welcome.
Actually, can I just try and heave myself up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do it yourself. You don't need help probably.
Strength check.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna rage real quick so I can help with this dire situation here.
Okay.
I think there's an advantage on strength checks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, rage is not necessarily related to the strength checks, I don't think. You can just gain advantage regardless of the rage. As a barbarian.
It's part of rage.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Everything you get as a barbarian is related to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, so that was a 19 strength check for me.
Okay.
Was that
yeah,
was a check or a save?
That was a check. So you managed to pull yourself up to the ledge, and you're standing on top of it now.
Right. So now I'm gonna try and pull this guy up.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Help Hawk or Narkin. Sorry.
How long does the rage last?
The rage lasts. Well, I mean, I guess you're kind of not in combat anymore, so I would say.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay.
If you activate it out of combat, it has like an actual.
Yeah, time limit.
1 minute.
1 minute. Wow. Okay. So is that you think that's enough time to pull myself up and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you're pulling yourself up. That would maybe take like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So you got plenty of time.
Apparently, I can choose to do a D8 of damage to myself.
I got 15 for that check.
All right. What exactly are you trying to do? Are you reaching down to help just grab the necromancer, or are you grabbing Hawk himself? Okay. You're just
pulling the necromancer up.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you managed to pull this unconscious dude up, and lay him on like the bigger part of the ledge that leads into the cave. And as you're sitting there, go ahead and roll perception one more time.
Am I doing that too?
Yes, both of you.
That's a 12.
That's a 17 plus 5, 22.
Okay, so Stu does not notice anything. Indiana fraud, and Narkin notices that as the sun is shining, or like the sun is rising. So as the sun is rising and like shining through the mountains that are across the valley from you guys. So like you're on this ledge looking out to the mountain range beyond. So as you're looking out as the sun is rising between these two mountain peaks, you notice a ray of sun like shining through and like hitting this archway, and it like the symbols on the wall start to glow a little bit, and then the cave starts to like close up a little bit. It's like slowly starting to close.
Wait, so like our cave is closing?
Yeah, the cave is closing, and I guess you guys are inside it now. So what are you guys gonna do?
Right. Not a big fan of small spaces, so I'm just gonna
Grab the body and yank it to the ledge, and then I'm gonna loot outside of the cave.
I loot the body.
Okay, and Stu, what do you do?
Yeah, I kind of follow. I walk out.
Okay.
To the ledge.
So the ledge, or like the seal continues to glow, and the door like completely closes, and you guys are all on this tiny ledge now, and you managed to get out.
He's not entirely dead though, right?
No, he's just unconscious right now. He's completely unaware of what's happening around him.
That's fine. I'll loot him while he's unconscious.
All right. So as you're looting this dude, you find a pouch of magical components. You find some more crystals and some money, like a couple gold coins.
Component pouch. Yeah, take that.
Yeah. He doesn't have that much gear. He has a dagger, but he doesn't have like that much more.
I heard something about money.
Yeah, he had 3 silver coins and 1 bronze coin. I guess this is going with more of a hawk level of like riches rather than like the gold
3 silver
thing.
And 1 gold. Okay.
Yep. And that's about it.
Nice.
Maybe you find one like mummified finger as well. That's
I don't need that. That's
fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna like turn to India fraud.
You want anything from him, or otherwise I'm just gonna toss him.
What did you not get?
Well, I picked up
mummified
everything.
finger.
But, like I'm like dangling the component pouch to you. Like, do you want this? Got a component pouch.
I do not need any magical assistance, so dispose. Well.
Okay. I'm gonna take.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me interrogate this.
He's unconscious. He won't feel a thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like slowly start nudging him towards the edge. Like.
Okay. Is there any way I can like pull him and just like slap him awake?
Do you what equipment do you have? Do you have like a bucket of water or something to like pour on his head or anything?
Yeah, I just have my.
You could throw a snowball. I mean, it's still been snowing the whole time you were asleep, so you could maybe make a snowball with the snow from the ledge.
I have a water flask.
You have
skin.
You have a water flask?
Oh, you want to pour it
A
on
water
his face?
skin. Yeah, I can like dump it on him.
All right, sure. You can try.
I don't know how much water is in this. Yeah, it's 5 pounds of water apparently.
Jeez.
That's a lot of water.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Oh,
This game is
sorry.
weird.
Sorry, you're getting bored, Bella. We're almost done with this, actually. Like, don't tell them that, but yeah. So.
There are 4 pints of liquid in it. There you go. So, according to D&D, I will dump 4 pints of liquid on his face.
Okay, roll for whatever the heck this would be a roll for. Just roll.
Okay, sure. It does a 19 with no modifier.
Oh, okay. So you managed to like jolt him awake because he almost drowned with all that water in his face, and he's like, you kind of wash off some of the like skull makeup on his face, and he's like kind of groggy and very confused, and also somewhat burned because of your fireball thing.
Okay.
So he's groggily awake. What do you do?
Immediately, I grab him by his shirt or whatever he's wearing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna lean him over the side of the ledge.
Roll me
and just,
strength check.
Over the cliff. Oh, really?
Yep.
I was okay.
I'm just gonna stand there clapping and be like, yes.
That is a 15.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
just leaning him over.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm leaning him over the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna yell at him. Tell me what you know.
He goes,
intimidation check or like.
yeah, do it.
I'm just gonna start whispering the word pancake in primordial.
Okay, I got
Passing a
14.
flame back and forth.
You gonna do what?
I know common and primordial, and so I'm just gonna start whispering the word pancake over and over again in primordial, so they don't understand. And I'm just gonna pass my flame back and forth between my hands.
Okay.
Can I give him like advantage on his intimidation?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yes. That didn't help.
So what did you get?
14.
Okay, so yeah, he's not very intimidated. Well, he should still be intimidated, but he's not. Even with the fire and being held above a cliff and just being defeated. So this dude is just kind of sitting there and is like, what do you want from me?
Pancake, pancake.
Ignore the fireman. I need to find out why my friend's body was in this cave.
Your friend was pointless. He was just a tool.
I like this one.
You're a tool. Tell me what I need to know.
You don't need to know anything. Just let me go about my business and give me back my crystal.
You
Yeah, I
heard
was
the
gonna
man.
say.
Let him go.
What is this? What does it do?
How
You
are
don't
holding
know.
him of him by 2 hands?
Oh yeah.
It just
What's
accidentally
that?
drops him.
What is that thing?
Yeah, it's like on the
I'm like-
ground. Also.
I'm just gonna like point him to it. Like,
It's in
"What
your
is
pocket
that?"
though. You had it in your hand and you were examining it,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh, dude. What does the crystal do?
How long have you lived here?
I'm a traveler. I've come from afar.
So you don't know anything. You don't need to know. Just give it back and everything will be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna shove my fire in his face. Like,
do you want to do another intimidation
At
check?
his face or in his face?
no, like in his face. Which, if I choose to erupt it, it does 1d8 and then
Oh,
vanishes. It does it to me too, though. So, all right. So that's 5, and then I get -4, so I take 1 damage.
oh wait, you're actually damaging him?
Yes.
He's
I'm shoving
you
this
woke him
fire
up
in
with 1 HP.
I don't care.
You're just gonna
Burning his
knock him
face
out
off,
again.
I'm
Okay.
bored.
All right.
No, this is lethal damage. I will kill him if I can.
Okay. So Hawk just holds his fireball in this necromancer's face and lets it loose, and it just explodes, and the necromancer just dies immediately, and now it's just dead weight in Stu's hands, and it probably burns Stu's wrists as well. You there, Stu?
I think he's talking to someone.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Stu, like in the burning of wrists, he drops the necromancer, and the body falls down into the mist, never to be seen again.
Yep.
Well, this was fun.
I'm just gonna start walking down the ledge.
Past Stu. Stu is ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like shimmy by. Yeah.
Stu's,
What is wrong with you?
So many things.
oh my god. So you guys shimmy along the ledge because you got nowhere else to go, and now you reach the edge of the ledge where the rope was previously. How are you guys going to get back up?
With
Um,
the rope? I don't. What?
The rope is gone. You
yeah,
took
we
it down,
don't have the
remember?
rope there anymore because you took it down. Remember?
Huck might have to pull another D20 magical jump 50 feet.
So I'm gonna hook because I have my rope. Actually no, I'm gonna turn to Stu and ask for his rope.
Hey.
Wait, but I have a belay pin. Does that help?
What's a belay pin? A belay pin?
Well, no, you can't belay someone if the rope isn't there.
If there's no rope up to the top, like it's not gonna help much.
Lend me your rope for a moment.
I'm just gonna like take out.
He's like, but I have so many more children that I could murder with this rope.
I'm gonna take like an arrow out and just like motion like to explain what I'm doing. So I'm gonna like tie the rope to the arrow.
No, I was just gonna say, I only ask that you not strangle me, please.
Not yet.
And I'm just gonna like draw back and fire the arrow up and like as high as I can arc it over the edge. Now I understand like with the weight, if you want to give me like disadvantage or something.
Yeah. I also don't know how this is going to work, because if the arrow does land, it's only gonna like kind of stick into the snow, and then you'll just put any weight on it, and it'll just fall back down immediately. But yeah, go ahead and roll disadvantage.
All right. Well, the first roll can't get much worse than a 14. When you have a +4 modifier. Like that was 10 + 4. And then, never mind, you can. That's an 11.
All right. So, yeah, the weight of the rope makes it just kind of like fall, or like you shoot it successfully the 20 feet required to get it up to the top, but then it doesn't go much farther than that, and it just kind of, as soon as it lands, it just slides back down because of the weight of the rope, and you're back where you started. Hey, Wolfie's Art, welcome to the stream.
Okay. Can I try again?
You can.
Okay.
Honestly, you might.
Nat 20.
Oh wow. Okay.
Alright. Does nat 20s prevent me from rolling disadvantage, or do you still want the disadvantage?
You know, just because people are bored in the chat, I'm just gonna say sure, why not? Yeah, you successfully managed to shoot the arrow up. Somehow it like graces the air in a dramatic way and hits. It like wedges itself into a tree in just the perfect way to form a strong enough rope for you guys to climb up. I don't know how, but just because of the power of the natural 20.
I'm gonna motion Indiana Fraud past me. Like, if you want to go up the rope.
Make him go first to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
Wow, classic. Stu, what do you do?
I'll go.
All right. When he walks past me, I'm gonna sleight of hand the crystal.
Oh, okay. Roll sleight of hand.
Wow.
I just have to beat his passive, right? What's your passive, Stu? I got a 15 + 4, so 19. Okay.
What'd you get, Stu?
It's just my passive perception, which is 11.
Okay. Well, you got it. So he manages to sneak his hand into Stu's pouch, or I mean into Indiana Fraud's pouch, and grab the green glowing crystal, and put it in his own pouch as Stu's walking past. I mean, as Indiana's walking past. So, are you guys gonna climb up the rope?
Yep, I'm climbing.
Yep.
All right, roll strength.
I'll let him go first, and then I'll.
10.
10. Okay. You try to climb up. You get about 3/4 of the way there, and then your foot slips on the snow and ice, because like the snow is starting to melt with the light of the dawn, and refreezing again because it's still really cold. So you're slipping. You're kind of falling a little bit, and you end up sliding back to about halfway down. You don't fall all the way, but you've fallen, and your hands are a little bit rope burned.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yep. So you can continue trying if you want to. Hey, Minecraft Avatar, welcome. How's it going? Bella wants us to play Sims after this.
All right,
Maybe.
I got a 15 this time.
Okay, so you managed to pull yourself all the rest of the way back up with a bit too much effort than it should have required, and you make it to the top.
Okay. Now the guy with the -3.
You're gonna fall into the
roll
void with the magical crystal and make everyone sad.
17 -3 is 14.
Like holding the rope or something.
Okay. What'd you say?
I was wondering if there was any way I could give him advantage, like.
You could hold the rope, but it's not. It's probably not going to move anyway, so it won't do anything. So yeah, Hawk manages to make it up too, or Narkin manages to make it up too. All right, so now you're looking over at the ash-ridden town with lots of burnt buildings. That looks like the fire didn't go very well last night because nobody stopped to help or anything. Many of the buildings are in shambles. Some of the buildings have been saved, so people are trying to like work together to fix their town and everything. And you can see, or like from a distance, you can see that there's like the elders are like trying to organize people and like make sure everything's taken care of. What do you guys do now?
Can I stealth up to the elders and check their pockets?
There's kind of a crowd of people around, so you'd have to stealth against literally every person in this crowd.
Never mind.
Because I'm gonna call you out for it.
I will stealth up to the crowd and listen.
Okay.
Listen to what they're saying.
For the jingle of coins. No, yeah, to what they're saying.
All right, so you stealth up to the crowd. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you stealth up because no one's paying attention to you. It doesn't even matter. Stu, what do you do?
I'm watching, and I will make a move if he does something stupid.
So you're walking up with him as well to listen?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So you guys listen to the elders. Apparently there's this one dude who's like kind of in charge of the town, and he's like, "Last night the fire was caused by someone who was trying to steal our crystal that protects our town from evil magic or whatever." That's totally what I'm saying, or the whatever is an essential part of my speech, and he's like talking about that kind of stuff.
And now the fire guy has the crystal.
Yep, now the fire guy has the crystal that protects this town, and yeah.
Can I sleight of hand it into the person next to me?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Plan it on him, dude.
Alright, is Stu gonna try and like notice this?
Yeah, so you have to roll against mine.
So I have to beat his passive. Can we just assume the guy has the same passive?
Yeah.
Okay. That is an 18 plus 4, 22.
I don't see anything.
Stu's like
you don't see anything? No one has any idea that you just planted this magical crystal into this random dude's pocket, and this random dude has no idea that it's there either.
Right. Then I'm gonna take a few steps like into the crowd, like so I'm like 2 or 3 people up and away from where he was, and I'm gonna shout, "I think I saw someone with it over here."
Okay, so I immediately am like, and I like take
oh no.
I'm like looking through I don't have it. I'm like, not here.
So everyone, you roll for loudness, I guess, Hawk, to see how many people hear.
Can I roll charisma?
Yeah, roll charisma.
For sure.
I'd be charismatic with my plus 4 charisma. Actually, it's deception, so plus 8.
Oh yeah.
Performance.
No, it's deception.
No, performance.
Oh,
you gotta sing it.
You're right.
Alright, deception. Give me that plus 8, boys.
Oh my gosh.
13 plus 8, 21.
Alright, so literally everyone hears you, and they're all like, "Wait, what?" And you point out who you think, or like who has this crystal now, and you're like, "Hey, I think this guy has it," and he's like, "Wait, what?" And everyone kind of goes, "What are you talking about? Joe's a nice guy. He wouldn't have done this." But one of them next to him goes ahead and checks Joe's pockets, and they find the crystal, and they all get very upset at poor Joe. And he's like, "What? I didn't do this. What are you talking about?"
So how do
we punish folks like this?
Oh my gosh.
I walk up and I take the crystal out of his hands, or whoever just got it, and I'm like, "I'll be taking that. That's mine, actually."
I deserve this for my service to the town.
Yes, I saved so many people last night, and this is actually mine. I'm pretty sure I found it, so thank you.
Oh my gosh.
And I just start walking off.
Okay, nobody lets you do that. They all stop you and like tackle you and take the crystal back. They give it to the elder, I'm not even gonna roll for it. There's no way you escape that. There's like 17 people trying to attack
He's
you.
just like trying to stroll away, and like it's that scene from Pokemon where a dozen of Brock's like little brothers like tackle him to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the elder gets back his crystal and is like, "Woo! Thank you, young dude, fireman. Also, why the heck is there fire in the first place?"
I love how casual this freaking guy is.
I've run out of. I don't even know.
Thank you, dude.
No, okay. Here, I'll voice the elder.
Okay.
So,
You young dude, you're a cool dude.
Why,
dude.
thank you, young man, for returning our most valuable possession. Without you, our town would have fallen into chaos. But thanks to you, our town's hero, we are saved.
And I'm just gonna like take a small bow and be like, no problem. And then I'm going to kind of like start backing out of the crowd, but just like patting people's pockets as I go.
Okay.
See if there's any money to be had.
All right. So yeah, that's about it that I had planned. You did it. You kind of stopped everything before anything really happened. So good job.
Yay.
I'm the hero.
Yeah, the
And I'm
unlikely
the dude that got
anti-hero.
tackled. And
Yeah,
now-
you're the rude guy who tried to steal their crystal after they just got it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, poor Joe is the real evil one. He totally did that.
Yeah. Joe was the necromancer.
Yeah. There was actually gonna be like several more like dead people that were like necromanced to life and doing things, but then you kind of just straight up killed the dude, so the spell ended before anything really happened, and they just collapsed where they were.
See? Narkin knows what he's doing.
He does.
No survivors, and pass off whatever could incriminate you to someone else.
That is literally the dumbest thing, though, that they recognized you as the hero, and he is the dude that tried to steal things. Like, are you serious right now?
I mean, he was just a little fireman. He had like fire shooting out of his face. It couldn't possibly have been him that lit the town on fire.
No, you just
No.
hear. I'm still on the ground because I got tackled by like 17 people, and I'm still on the ground. You just hear, "Congrats, fireman!"
And yeah, and I just like I head out. Like the snowstorm's done. I'm going on the rest of my journey, and I've pocketed like a good like 20-30 copper coins.
Yep.
Wow, dude.
Good job. Minecraft Avatar says GG.
GG, dude.
That was nice. So how'd I do?
Pretty
well.
good. Yeah.
Yay.
I think you excel at the storytelling part, you know?
Thanks. That's what I was trying to focus on. I don't know how the rules work, but
Right.
it's fun to do the story part.
Yeah. Alright, well, I gotta go and eat food and prepare for scrims tonight. Are you coming, EJ?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I guess I'll be there.
Okay.
And what about you, Hawk? What you gonna do?
I have to mow the lawn at some point.
Oh, rip. I guess I have some stuff I need to do anyway as well. So sorry I can't do Sims now, Bella, if you're still here. But thank you everyone for coming out to the stream. It was a fun time. Hopefully I'll get better at dungeon mastering as time goes on. And I'll see you guys all later. I saw that dab. Very nice, Hawk. See y'all later.